Um,
Or if I just cast bonfires in the stream, then basically say
bonfire. What are you gonna cast a fucking bonfire on? Jeez.
The dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it, right?
The
That sounds
dragon's
like
flammable, right?
a great idea. Really good idea.
I can already have an idea for what spell I'm gonna cast, and it's not gonna involve the roll.
Zone of Truth.
To be fair, to be fair,
To be fair,
the bonfire would probably be like nice and comforting for the dragon. So maybe that's
I mean,
our way
maybe.
of, yeah, it is a white dragon. Maybe it likes cold better.
I mean, it
Definitely likes cold better.
Well,
Definitely likes cold.
the dragon is in such a poor state, it can't reach its horde because it's all frozen up. So the bonfire is to melt the ice away from the horde.
It definitely didn't do that on purpose.
All right.
All right.
In our last session, you arrived at the shipwreck Marta told you about. Cautiously approaching the ship, you heard the sounds of something alive the bowels within. Not wishing to confront the noisemaker just yet, you all decided to do some investigation. Horus, you found various maps and charts, one seeming to indicate that the previous crew of the ship found something odd in regards to the placement of the islands in the Sea of Moving Ice, though in what regard you couldn't be sure. The rest of you discovered the body of the ship's captain, long deceased. Kaj, you took some time to thaw out the captain's personal chest, while Pardoon took the body to give it a proper last rites in the name of Valcor. And it seems like Ronaldo's having some trouble.
Oh, Ronaldo.
Oh, fuck off, Ronaldo. Come on, man. What are you doing?
You say fuck off now, but some of us may be re-rolling as
That's a really good point.
Yeah, jokes on you, Wave.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
Ronaldo just...
I'm gonna play the School of Whispers bard.
There he goes. Fucking Ronaldo. Now where was I? Oh, yes. Hanu, you perused the captain's journal and discussed its contents briefly with Asad, and some discoveries were made. First, that the ship had sighted a dragon in the area shortly before the captain succumbed to the elements. And second, that among the named crew in this journal was one Suffolk Caltro, ship's helmsman. Hanu, though you had no previous experience with this particular person, you were just about to, as Suffolk's errant spirit arrived and took over the body of his former captain in order to serve his goddess. Horus, you quickly learned of Suffolk's grudge against you as he swiftly targeted you and took you down. Your fellow party members rallied and defended you well, with Kosh conjuring magical darkness in which to hide, and other members providing healing and support as the battle raged on. The assistance of your orc war chief spirit, as well as a couple of panthers of various orientations, made the battle considerably less treacherous as it could have been, and Suffolk was vanquished once more, his spirit exiting his current vessel and floating off across the sea. As to where, you all may have some suspicions, but of course, there's no way to be sure. Though decidedly victorious, you were all somewhat spent, but instead of opting to rest a while, your concerns and curiosity as to what lay in the ship's hold got the better of you. Asad, you got downstairs and saw a large troll attempting to break down a door in the front of the ship, and in the back, a frozen cat of some sort and a multitude of items encased in thick layers of ice. Wishing to speak to the troll to attempt to gain more information, Pardoon, you both tried the diplomatic route, but the brute seemed only interested in aggression. As you fought to take it down, you heard something large swoop down and land on the deck above you, and your worst fears were confirmed. Those scratch marks you investigated in the large hole in the deck came from a large and seemingly angry dragon. A dragon in conversation with an unknown party by name of Meltheron, even after you addressed it directly. We begin today's session with some of you staring certain death in its toothy maw and attempting to hide by various means, but others having gone seemingly unnoticed by her gaze. Asad and Hanu, you have noticed that on the dragon's back is a saddle containing a corpse, a strange finding indeed. Hanu, I would like you to roll history for me.
Alright, 1 second, because guess what I forgot to do was open the character despite being in roll 20.
Oh,
All right.
boy. It begins.
Oh no, I was just staring at the list of characters and watching all the new ones show up.
Solid reference, Yam.
I was wondering if you were going to read it or not.
Okay. With that roll, yeah, so the name that the dragon mentioned, Meltheron, something about that name sounds familiar to you, but you can't quite place it.
All right.
He rolled a 10. Yango.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I believe the turn order, which for some reason is not showing up.
I don't remember it.
Why is it not showing up? Because if I try to roll something, then it's gonna randomly. Hold on, let me try this. Hold on a minute. Let me try something. Just 1 second here. I'm just gonna do this. There it goes.
Hey.
Looks right.
Yep. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it a little more obvious. And we'll put this over here somewhere. Out there, let's say. And your initiative roll was not that. It was up here. So we're just going to give it a 20. Okay. So, I believe the last things we had done, A-Side and Parmux and everyone had kind of done their things. We have a fog cloud that's gone up. We have an illusion of a crate, I think.
Yes.
A very large crate.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that would make it.
I think the dragon went last.
Did it?
Because that's why it like came further down, right? And then you asked us
Yes,
to
you
roll
might be
perception.
right. So I think yes, and I think that was where we found out that Sunesh had fallen asleep.
Right. You were like, it gets closer down, and you were gonna have us roll perception. I rolled, and then
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
And
All right. So
and
then
I know
let's.
that Parmux has moved toward the door was one of the final
Okay.
things
Nope.
that
That's fair.
happened.
All right. So then that means it is technically Hanu's turn. So Hanu, you did not get to do anything yet. So go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything I want. I don't know if there's anything I immediately want to do because I don't really know what's going. Like I know what's going on down there, but Hanu
I mean, is
doesn't
there
know if
anything you like? I think you were here for most of it. Do you need like? Is it like you need filling in, or is this in character? You're not.
No. It's
That's it.
in character. I know what's going on with like the box and the fog, and all that. But Hanu's just chilling up here on like the staircase and like.
Okay.
I don't know. Did I
I'm actually
even
gonna put it here because
did I see you go in there, Yams? Or
I don't remember.
I don't remember whether it was me up here first or you up here first.
Hanu, I think you might have been up there first. I think you both were holding back, and you may have been in the same place for a while, and then Asad bopped into the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Right.
say that you know Asad's in there.
Okay. So I don't know if I want to give up on Asad. So I think, can I do the lame hold action and let the people talking to the dragon figure out?
There's nothing lame about that if that's what you want to do.
But
Yeah.
you have to hold a particular action that you're going to do, ready an action that you're going to do, because there's no delay action in 5e.
Well, we could say there's a delay action.
It's fine. Like if there's something,
Yeah.
but like say have an idea in mind of something you want to do. It's not just like kind of sit back. Like, are you gonna be like? Is there something you want to do? You do literal nothing.
It's the lower staircase is the one that goes up, right? Because I'm on the one that goes down
Yes.
to the floor to the
Yes.
floor below. I think I'm just gonna eye the staircase and just get ready to bolt. Either way, whether
Okay.
I'm going down because stuff is going down.
Okay, so
Or
you're basically
get ready to
waiting
go.
to move or to run.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you never cast Flaming Sphere, I don't think, Kosh.
Yeah, or cure wounds or anything.
Yeah, I think it
Right.
was just. I don't think you ever. Yeah, I don't think you cure wounds. I think you just did darkness, so I think you should have another. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Our Gomdune, you are in the car. Any thoughts?
What can I see from where who can I see from where I am?
Who can you see from where you are? So you can see
There's
Orus.
a bunch of magical objects now obscuring my vision of.
Yes, so you can see Orus. He is sort of outside of that area. You can't see Kaz or pretty much anyone else. I would say
Horus
you
being
also
carried by a panther, for what it's
yes,
worth.
yeah, and the ice troll corpse. I would also say that you cannot see, despite the fact that this dragon has stuck its head now, like just below into the bottom floor into the hold. You can't really see it either due to the fog cloud.
Okay. All right.
Bro, you might just need to scroll all the way to the right.
Oh, I forgot that was a feature of the map.
Yep.
It's a big map.
Okay, here we are.
So unfortunately, I can't see anyone.
I mean, aren't Domdune and Parmux right down here, just south of?
Yep. You can see Horus right outside of the fog cloud.
Yes.
Oh, right, because this big red thing is a fog cloud.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So if I wait, so can I or can I not see Horus?
You can
can't
see
You
see
can.
Horus.
You can.
I was trying to figure out why you couldn't see Kaj.
I
And I
can
was
or cannot.
You cannot
can.
see Kaz. You can see Orus.
Okay. Okay. In that case, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upcast a level 3 enhanceability to the 3rd level, and enhanceability dexterity on ourselves and on Horus.
Okay.
That's going to be it for me. Oh, and I guess bonus action to establish a telepathic link with Horus.
The large one knows spellcrafting. Interesting.
Hey, I cast a spell earlier. Why did it only notice now?
Because it just got it technically just stuck its head down, right?
I know. Just being
Okay,
silly.
that's all you're doing, Gumdoon?
I mean, I can move 0 feet, but that's
That's true.
That's all I can do. Yes.
Okay.
Good work.
Okay. Orus.
All right, so Horus is currently being manhandled by the panther.
I believe
Gently,
yes.
but
You got
yes.
dragged backwards. Yes.
Okay. Horus is facing a dragon that is definitively domineering.
That's a good adjective for it.
How does a rambly old man deal with the dragon that is of this persuasion? So, can Horus even see anything of the dragon at this point?
Now you can't. Yeah, whoever's drawing that, that's kind of what it's like. The head is sort of sticking down into the hold, but like now the fog and probably part of that box is obscuring it from your sight.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me drawing it.
Well,
make
sorry. The box should be dispelled now because the enhanceability is concentration.
Oh, so the box is gone? Okay, box is gone. The fog
Someone
cloud is still
should-
there, so that's
should delete the box.
okay. I will get rid of the box.
I imagine that
I
like
can't get rid of the box. Someone else drew it. Someone get rid of the box.
I
Yango
imagine
probably drew it.
All right,
the
it's fine. We'll
fog
do it later.
Cloud, I imagine the fog, like the way the dragon appears in the fog cloud, is this sudden large shadow, and like the swirling fog kind of making it a weird, like
Yeah, like the pattern of the fog is like disrupted a little bit, but not enough to
Yeah.
blow it away.
And every once in a while, the fog moves because it breathes slightly,
Yeah.
and like that stuff.
Okay, I think Horus not being able to see the dragon and not really having a good sense of his current position is going to instead look around, and he's going to look for 2 things specifically.
Okay.
A, just how rickety is this part of the ship, and what kind of gaps and holes exist? Because, like, I mean, like, there's only these stairs, right, that lead up.
Yes.
Okay, but there's still part of, like, this isn't like the very bottom of the ship in the sense that there is more ship below that is just kind of like.
I mean,
everyone's
this is the bottom of the ship in the sense that you can't. It's not designed to get any further down. Like, so
Right.
any ship will have, some amount of ship below the very bottom, but it's not like where you can actually travel. It's like, I mean, I imagine it as being like some, maybe some 3 to 5 feet of just like, where the ship extends downwards, and there might be some
Yes,
space
but so
under it
so
or
so
something like
Oris
that.
is looking basically to see like how poor is the repair of this part of the ship and what gaps exist, and also if there's any like barrels of, because there were cannons above. Where are
Yes.
they? Where is the armory essentially? Where is all the gunpowder?
So from where you are, you can't tell any of that. You can't see.
I mean,
Um,
I can see plenty of ship right now, and I'm looking
sure,
for.
but you can only see within this one room.
Sure, but like if there, like I don't know if I recall seeing any gunpowder on the way down, but I should at least be able to see like how rickety this, like the area Orus is currently in is. Like, are there holes in the side of the ship? Are there holes?
Yeah,
in the
I mean,
floor?
there
Are
will
there
be
holes in
some.
the ceiling?
There will be certainly some small holes in the ship, probably a little bit in the floor as well, as the ship did sort of run aground and get scraped and whatnot. As to whether they are person-sized holes,
I didn't say anything about person size.
I know, I'm just saying. Probably not necessarily. The ship is in obvious disrepair, and there are holes, and certainly would not be seaworthy in its current state. But aside from like basically the largest gap in the structure is very obviously the dragon's entrance hole.
Mm-hmm.
One thing to note, Monty, if you're looking, there are like the cannons, and there are clearly cannonballs up on the mid
Yes,
level there.
you would have seen that on your way down, presumably. So any portholes would be on the upper floor.
Mm-hmm. And so there's a door over here.
Yes, there's a door behind, and there's also a door up here.
There was a door up there. I cannot currently see it.
You can't see it now, no.
Yeah. So. Okay. I was expecting to have to make a perception check, but okay.
No.
That's all.
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that straight up.
All right.
It's like I said, it's one room. There's nothing like beyond this really to perceive. If there's other just for that at the very least, I wouldn't make you make a check. That doesn't mean there aren't other things, but if you wanted.
Like I'm kind of not sure like if Order should do anything right now, guys.
Understandable.
That's what I got stuck in.
Yeah.
Unless you have a particularly good idea of what you want to do.
I know I'm planning on just trying to talk it down, as it were.
Here's an idea. Aurus is going to ready an action to help the next person to try who tries to talk to the dragon.
Works.
So that's Aurus's turn.
Okay. Kaz, you are obscured by fog. There is a large shadow. In fact, you're so close to it, you can actually see it pretty decently through the fog, I would say, because it is extending down, and its sort of large head and snout are almost right next to you.
Okay. Yeah, well, I guess Kaj doesn't know where the edge of the fog is, right?
I would say you actually probably could, because like the thing about the fog cloud is it's just like it creates like heavily obscured area, but it's not like darkness where you can't see anything at all.
Okay.
So in theory, because you're so close to the edge, I would assume you probably could know where the edge of the fog cloud is.
Okay.
Does that sound right, guys?
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
It's
Well, yeah.
It's just like darkness is weird in 5th Ed, but yeah. Because technically heavily obscured is like the same thing in 5th Ed, but like don't worry about it, it's fine.
Is it?
I think Wave's ruling actually makes like
More sense. Yes.
to me.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes much more sense.
Okay. So in that case,
oh, that's true. Darkness is technically heavily obscured. Okay, that's fine though. I'm still gonna let it stand.
Yeah, it's
Like-
fine. It makes more sense.
In that case, Kaj is going to take just enough steps back to be out of the cloud.
Okay.
Just so that
Yeah,
people
you
can
stumble.
see him.
You stumble backwards over some boats.
Yeah.
Some small dinghies.
Yeah, and then Kaj is going to. Let's see. I want to try to persuade. I'm not sure how I'm going to word this, but I want to try to persuade the dragon that.
You worry about the wording. I'll worry about the rolls.
Well, I mean, I'll say this is like, if his objective is to persuade, he could tell you what like the general sense of what he wants to say.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that works too. But
Without
that's what I'm
the
saying. You worry
specific words.
Yeah, you worry
Yeah,
about
that-
what you want to say.
I mean, yeah, was precisely what I was going to try to do, is try to get across the general sense of what I
Yeah.
wanted to say,
Yeah, go for it.
which is, so Kaj wants to, I guess Kaj wants to make the point that we aren't ordinary vagabonds, as the dragon knows from the casting of spells by the Etin, and that we apologize for stumbling into his lair and would like to do something for the dragon to make up for it.
It thinks this paltry vessel is where we dwell. No, this is merely one of many.
Oh well. Well, of course, a being of your stature could have many layers, but
Nevertheless, it is yours.
yes. And it seems that we have intruded on your territory.
Asad, your turn.
Okay.
Wait,
So
so that shouldn't eat his whole turn. Like, he can do something else.
I mean, if there's anything I have to say, if there's anything you want, everything else you want to do, 'cause I'm not going to make you roll for that just yet. There's
Okay.
nothing to roll for there.
Okay. Let's. I mean, I think I looked at my spells before, and I don't really have anything that might help, except maybe. Calm emotions is humanoid only.
yeah,
I could do a prestidigitation, but that
I
might
don't-
not impress a dragon.
doesn't do
Yeah,
much.
probably not.
So I'll just do. I guess ready a dodge or something. I don't know.
Sure, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can pick the dodge action. That's reasonable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Asad.
Okay. First, I think going back to the perception check where I saw the body, like how secure is it in the seat, and what does that seat sort of like look like?
I think I'd probably have you make another check for that.
You said it was like a saddle, right?
Okay.
It's kind of like a saddle. It's a little more. How should I put it? It's not like a horse saddle. It's a little larger and a little more grandiose than that. It's almost a little like there is a back to it, closer to a chair, I suppose, than anything else. Okay. With that, I will say to you, based on the wobbling of the corpse within, you would say, I mean, the fact that it hasn't fallen out yet means there must be some sense of security to it, but it doesn't seem particularly steady. Otherwise, it wouldn't be wobbling in quite that way.
Okay. And then this back here is a furnace, right? Or some kind of oven?
That back there, this back there, I believe I gave you the description already. I believe that is there's just it looks like some sort of it almost looks like a doctor's quarters. There are bandages and some potions and things and glass strewn about in various places. So I don't believe that would be a furnace. I'm not really sure what that I wouldn't really take that as anything in particular, honestly.
All right. Yeah, I don't really have any action to take here.
Okay. Parmux.
I'm gonna jiggle the handle here of this door.
It is locked.
Okay.
And certainly it's a sturdy door given a troll was beating on it.
Yeah. No, I know. Which is gonna make this even more foolish. I'm trying to think of what I would have to even do this with. Because I would like to pick the lock. Oh,
So
boy.
here's what else I would say. You jiggle the handle. I mean, let me rephrase it. It's not locked so much as it is barred.
Oh, okay. Okay, that is different. Yep. Okay.
Because yeah, I mean, you were right that a large troll probably would have been able to bust that down.
Yeah.
Can we see where it's barred through like an opening or something?
Yeah, is it a bar we could like stick something through and kind of like lift the bar up a little bit?
No.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I mean, not even stick something through, just something that I can cast Mage Hand on the other side.
That is an interesting thought.
Maybe you wouldn't be able to see what's on the other side. So
that's my. So if there's no gap that I could see.
There's no reasonable gap which you'd be able to manipulate a mage hand with any.
Sure. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
We could set the door on fire.
We could.
It would be a bad idea.
Unfortunately, I don't have the.
Fortunately, most of our ideas right now aren't good ideas. So.
No.
I have some idea based on what your spell list might be. If you have like Shatter, or something like that.
I would love to have Shatter. The best
Yeah.
is Thunderwave.
Yeah, that doesn't do structure damage, does it?
It pushes unsecured objects that
Right.
are completely within the area of effect.
Shatter's the one that does building damage.
Guys, I'll be right back. Give me like 5 minutes.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go pee then. But
No, we're not gonna. We're gonna keep going.
oh, okay. Well, I have
But you
a
can go
door
pee.
that's
It's
headed
fine.
in.
Go pee.
Yeah.
Go pee, but think about what you want to do in your turn.
Yeah. Okay. So I really wanted to get to that door, but the door is not going to be get throughable. In which case, I'm gonna go ahead and rely on. Oh, is there any way I
God,
can
everyone's just
be
too afraid to try
clever?
anything.
I mean,
Too afraid to wet anything?
Try.
Well, I mean, in Oris's case, he was going to help somebody try to persuade the dragon to not eat
Yes.
him. I think that was reasonable.
Yes. No, I'm just.
It's just one of those things where you don't want to set the dragon off.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I move up here.
Yep.
And I ready an action to run for the stairs.
Okay.
What's the condition?
Yeah, I'm wondering
Yep.
what's because
Yep.
you could make it to the stairs now, I think.
I know.
Okay.
And the readied action is. Well, I guess this will determine what the timing is. The timing is when the panther gets eaten, and I use my bonus action to say, buddy, when Kaj and Oris move, you're gonna run into that fog.
Okay.
And so I look at Oris and Kaj, and I point, I do this big pantomime of point at Panther, point towards Dragon's shadow, and then point toward both of them, and then point towards stairs. And I think that's my turn.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no. Let's. Actually, no. You know what? I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. That's fine. That's your thing.
That's my thing.
No, Theron, the large one is doing something strange.
And it kind of, the dragon's squeeze starts to continue to squeeze its way down into the bottom floor of the hold. And it makes its way down to the bottom, and it whips around to look at all of you. Of course, you don't know that it's doing that because you can't see it. And you can hear it moving around in the floor. Like, you can see a large shadow, and you can tell now that it is down and it is on the floor with you. And it's sort of slithering around and looking at this large pile of ice, almost inspecting it. As you can see, its head kind of sticks out a little bit here, and it looks over at the ice.
It does not seem as though anything is missing. Perhaps they are smarter than they look. Were they not searching for treasure then? What brave souls to confront me.
And it sort of comes forward, and it's standing now, towering over as far as it can, because obviously the ceilings aren't that high. So it's sort of like squishing itself up against the top of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say, for those of you now standing in front of it, because you can kind of see it to some degree, it's making this sort of odd movement, in that it's almost like trying to balance itself a little bit. But you can't quite tell exactly what it's doing again, because it's somewhat obscured by this fog. And it says,
They are lucky then that I did not.
Sorry, 1 second.
They are lucky then that I ate not so long ago. I have no taste for humanoids such as these at this time. But perhaps freezing them for later consumption.
Hanu.
I'm no, that won't. So the fog doesn't make its way up here, right?
No.
It does.
It's all the
That's
20-foot
Is
radius.
it 20
So
foot?
it's up,
Okay,
up
so
in there.
Yeah, it'll be up like sort of seeping upwards through the hole, like just around
Through
this
the hole.
area. But it's not necessarily gonna extend too much further. Like some of the fog will be
I'm-
seeping outwards through the planks in the wood in some places.
I know. I realized I half thought of what I wanted to do, but then I realized that I don't have a good way to get an answer.
I mean, well, you guys I know you don't have a lot to go on right now, but you guys got to do something. So,
Well,
what are you trying to do?
I was gonna make my way over to Yams.
I mean,
And
we
you-
have tried some things, but then
Yes.
no rolls were involved, and the results were incredibly unclear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but the things you've tried, like I said, you just kind of looked around the room for some
I just
gunpowder.
looked around the room. Kaj tried something and got
Yes,
no
Kaz tried
results.
something, but what he did was just sort of said like, "Hey, we don't mean anything." It doesn't really care about that.
Well, we've learned something there. Also, depending on what y'all do on your turns, we can enact Parmux's plan shortly, if you'd like.
I think it's a terrible plan. I think
Yeah.
it's on the level of like.
Get us all killed? Yeah, no,
Yes.
totally. We have new info now, for what it's worth.
I mean, even before we had that info, your plan was terrible.
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
Yeah.
If I can see to move at like a half distance, can I get over to the door?
Which door? The one by Asad?
Yeah.
If you start making noise walking over here, you will see her
You can go over. You can go over there. That's fine.
fucking
that's-
glare at you.
It's on.
Well,
It's on the lower floor now.
Yeah. And I assume. the
So it's
dragon
not
probably wants
directly
to-
in. It's not directly in Hanu's line of sight anymore.
Yeah. So. I guess you want me to roll if I want to try to do it quietly.
What
though.
to? Oh, you want to try to stealth over to the door?
Yeah. I was
That's
gonna leave-
ambitious.
I mean, I don't just want to clomp. I don't want to just clomp around, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think. What I'm gonna do
Yep.
is stay around the hole as
Yep.
I'm walking over to Yams on like the far side of the hole, up against like the side of the ship.
Sure.
I'm gonna chuck a coin with magic tinkering on it because I can make it emit a non-verbal sound, and I want to make it sound like a piece of wood, just kind of like
Okay, so you're trying to
Oh.
mask. Okay, where are
Yeah.
you where are you throwing that?
on like the far side, on like the hole there, or the opposite of where I am. But kind of to be like, hey, maybe like a piece of wood fell or snapped off. while I
Okay.
go.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna very slowly
Make your way over to Asad.
make my way over to Asad.
Okay.
And I don't think. Yeah, no. So I can't. The next bit of what I want to do has to be till next turn because the tinkering's an action. But
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth with advantage.
what's the control click? I'm just gonna click it twice.
Just
but-
do it twice. Just do it twice.
No. Actually, hey, look. It popped up with advantage for some reason.
Okay. So 15.
15.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Gumdune. Is he back yet?
So I'm gonna say
He is back.
telepathically to Oris. So what's the plan, old man? Because I'm out of ideas here.
Let's see. What does Orus say back? I think Orus is going to say back. Well, either we need to get it stuck down here while we make our escape, giving us time to run across the ice, or we need to appease it somehow, diplomatically. And we probably don't have much time to do either. That fog
Well-
cloud isn't doing diddly squat for us.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to care much about that. Yeah, I don't have a whole
Whose
lot
fog
here
cloud is
that I
that
can-
again?
That
Mine's-
Asmus.
That is the ever helpful Parmux's fog cloud.
Mhm.
I mean, here, are you still persisting to keep that up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
establish a telepathic link with my brother then and say, hey brother, I don't think that fog cloud's doing a whole lot because these things. It seems like he can just see through it,
But it hasn't killed us yet. Are you sure?
The doors and
Pretty sure.
not closed.
I mean, I could put it down if you want to look at it directly.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you sure?
probably better right now. Can always make a new one if we need one.
Okay. I mean, I can do that. And I'll put my hand on the panther's neck to be like.
Well, you can't do it. Well,
"Eh,
you can't do it yet until you can't. It's on your turn. You
I
can
mean,
spell
I
it,
think
right?
I
It's-
think stopping
my-
concentration is at will, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, also, I was gonna say moreover, so. As far as I know, and someone can correct me, rules is written /wave, just tell me if this works. You can choose to not take a held action, and the hand on the panther is, please don't run in there, because there's about to not be a fog cloud, and that kind of puts the whole game at a no.
True.
I mean, yes and no, because theoretically the dragon already knows that everything in front of you. It's not going to affect the dragon at all. It's just
Well,
affecting
it's not
you
the
guys.
dragon; it's the
No,
panther.
it's about us.
Yes.
It's the panther and us. If
Your
Parmux's
instruction to the
plan-
panther was to run into the fog cloud at the dragon when
Yep.
Orus or Kaj moves. There's no longer a fog cloud, so from a strictly programmatic perspective, the command is now invalid.
Yeah, and the hand will just be the narrative of that then. So
I mean,
will
here's
do
what
that.
I will say. Here's what I will say. I will say if you choose to not have that negate your held action, you can still have it hey, when I say so, go run into where the dragon is. You can still do that without the fog cloud if you want.
No. I think I'm listening to my brother, and I will
Okay.
hold ourselves back and get ready to reduce the fog cloud instead.
Okay.
Get ready to, or just get rid of it.
If I can do it now, I'll do it now.
You can do it now.
Pretty sure concentration is at will.
Whoosh.
You can do it now.
So with a sort of a frightened look over at my brother, I kind of the glowing symbol of Valkyr on my formerly gone hand unglows and poof.
Oh, have they dispensed with these ultra tricks then?
I mean, it's not paltry. It just works on most things.
Now, brother.
You say something earlier, Dad? Dad?
What?
Talking to his dad.
Oh, I'm not
Oh.
muted. Sorry.
Anything else, Diego?
I don't have anything to actively do right now. I guess I'm gonna hold action to cast Enemies Abound if we get into combat, but I don't want that to happen right now.
Okay. All right, back to Horus.
Okay. So this thing is talked about freezing us to eat for later.
That's
So
the
now
most
that
pleasant
now
way
that
to
it's out of
go,
the fog
also.
cloud, what does Orus see?
Okay. So you can now see this dragon in its full glory. It's pretty cramped in this space because it is large. It is probably it is absolutely the biggest creature you have ever seen. It is probably trying to think of the exact size of how big one of these things would be. Probably. I mean, not in game. It's going to be bigger than it sort of is represented with in game because it's pretty huge. I imagine it's probably somewhere along the lines of 60 to 80 feet long, and about, you would estimate, probably 20 to 25 feet high. And it is really sort of cramped in this space in particular. Its wings are kind of tucked back, and its tail is curled around itself as it tries to sort of cramp into the size of this hold here. Do a perception check for me.
Okey-doke.
Yeah, I mean, with the fog cloud coming down, you see that it is just the biggest thing you've ever seen. It's, again, you can make out the sort of the saddle and a humanoid shape on its back.
Okay. I think Horus is going to speak.
Okay.
Because this thing did ask, why would they come down here and bravely confront him? And I think Horus will say, "We, small paltry things, are here trying to find a passage to other islands in an attempt to stop the rime, and we did not mean to trespass, and having done so, hope to make amends. Perhaps if we can stop the rime, or what treasures we might find on the islands, either might be of use to you. I hope."
Persuasion.
Okay. This is not Horus's forte.
It's not the forte of really all of us, so.
Oh gosh.
See,
At least
this
it
is why I
wasn't
was
a-
trying to help action somebody else.
So, like I said, the problem with what Kaz sort of said and came across is that
He
he's just like,
offered to do something.
Yeah.
This is exactly why he didn't want to say something specific, by the way, because
well, the problem is so then maybe that's my bad, but it was like offering to do something wasn't like, it just didn't seem as specific enough to do anything for this particular dragon. So if there's something specific you wanted to do for the dragon, to mention it specifically, maybe that would have been a little more. But like, just, hey, we suck and we're offering to do something, just that didn't register in my mind. That's all. So
Well, from my point of view, basically what happened was I tried to do some kind of persuasion thing, and the response was like, it wasn't a no, it wasn't a yes, it was like that course of action is, like, that whole course of action is not valid.
That was it. Yeah, that's
okay, so no, it's not that the course of action wasn't valid, it's just that you kind of have to say something it's going to care about. And the first person to say anything this dragon cared about was what Horus just said right now. That's all. Does that make a little more sense?
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
that makes
Kaj
more
gets to
sense.
follow up and maybe fix this.
Okay. So it says,
Now they bargain for their lives. What could they possibly offer us?
I mean, can we see that the figure on the back of the dragon is like?
Horus
we can
can.
see the figure. Yeah,
You
like
can
from
see
our
it.
A
You
better
can
shot
see
from
it.
your turn, which it should be now at this point.
Yeah,
You can see it, yeah.
and it looks dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very dead.
Okay, so
You sure?
It looks very dead.
and what was the name of this thing? This dead thing that the dragon's talking to?
Melthorond.
Melthorond. So Kaj is going to say, well, we haven't gotten our bargaining hasn't gotten off to the right start, but we sort of need introductions first. Could you introduce us to your friend Melthoron there?
It kind of leans down and brings its face so close to you that you can feel its freezing breath on you. And then pulls up.
The arrogance. It stands in my presence, and only wishes to know about you, Meltherond. Maybe I have not struck enough fear into the people of this land.
Can I say something that won't get us killed?
Maybe.
Go ahead.
All you can do is try.
Look, I don't have as much charisma talking to dragons as whatever Kaj is supposed to have.
Well, so okay, bro. Here's the faux pas catch. You like basically go with the whole like, well, of course I know about you. It goes without saying. I'm so terrified I dare not even utter your name.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna go from the angle of, well, we all know we know how terrifying you are, but that just means someone riding on your back is that much more terrifying.
That's another angle.
Mm.
You can
In
pick
fact,
one
I'm
of
just gonna
those
up
if you.
and say that. I'm just gonna up and say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, we can just talk if you want. If no one's like
Yeah.
planning on taking any auctions, we can just talk. Okay.
I'm gonna up and say that. Well, I mean, how
But if any-
terrifying you are goes without saying, but
Okay.
how is that how much more terrifying can someone riding on your back be?
Here is one that knows how to speak to those superior to it.
Oh, I seem to be doing a lot of that recently.
There's been a distinct lack of respect lately. Those mice scurrying about on their fortress, making as if to move against me. Do you not all know by now we reign supreme over Icewind Dale and have for eons? No interlopers in our lairs or in our airspace will survive. Especially not that monstrosity.
Monstrosity? Is no one else gonna say anything about that?
I mean, Horus has put his foot so far down his throat that he's not saying shit.
I mean,
Fair.
I'll
And
here we go.
and I don't honestly. It seems like my charisma modifier doesn't matter because I just don't know what to say
As a player.
as a player. Yeah.
That's okay. Like, not everyone has to be like sitting here and being involved in any sort of diplomatic talks here. So, if there's something you think of that you want to say or do, just do it.
Is it perhaps the monstrosity that darkens the skies? Is that the monstrosity of which this great one speaks?
The only one darkening the skies is I. Less so now, with the lack of sun, but it matters not. We are at home in the cold and the ice. Whatever
Sounds
form
like
that may take.
Well, then, please, we would wish to know of what monstrosity interferes with your rightful rule.
It does not interfere. It flies out from the mountains, bellowing its call, ejecting false light, and then goes back and hides.
We have any idea what he's actually talking about?
He's talking about the Aurora.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I
He's
think there might be something else going on.
he's talking about the Aurora.
Is there some context for this Aurora thing that I'm missing?
Yes. So
Every night, the Aurora appears above Icewind Dale. It is a trail that is carved by a light in the sky. Colloquially understood as a representation of Oral's rhyme. And we have figured out is part of the spell that is actually making the rhyme happen.
So, if I may just sort of repeat what this dragon just said, it flies out from the mountains to the south, bellowing its call, ejecting its false light, and then going back to hide again.
The mountains in the south?
Yep.
Are there mountains in the south?
Yeah.
My
Yep.
car
That's where the
co-op, they're
goblins
fairly
are,
far
right?
down.
There's all across the map to the south. The whole area of the south is all mountains.
I mean, the place we've heard a bellowing call is one of the more southerly places we have been, but not, I would, maybe not south for Icewind Dale, but
So
that,
maybe I'm wrong on that front. But
So, like,
Yeah.
if you look at the map, the spine of the world, that is all mountains. All of it.
the further, one of the further south places we've gone, other than Goodmead, is the crossroads of the Eastway, and that is where we heard the big bellow. There's maybe something there, but we also didn't see anything. But yeah, maybe something else. Either way, not that we can do anything about it now. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we have a common enemy yet. yet.
We could still offer to take care of whatever this thing is.
Indeed.
I don't know how receptive it'll be to that, but we can try. It doesn't seem to think much of us.
If it's complaining about it, it's like
Yeah.
the only angle we have.
No, it's not. It's not a matter of how much it bothers him. It's how much it thinks we're capable of.
It's the only thing it's mentioned so far.
Okay, is there?
If
I mean,
it's worth, if
It's worth a
if
try.
it is worth anything to you, Liege, we are barely worth noticing, quiet and discreet. Perhaps we can investigate the mountains and this creature and see what foul attempted usurper makes so clearly defies your rule.
persuasion.
But why did you have to be you to be the one who attempts this?
I was trying to
Okay,
not. I was
it's
trying
alright,
to
just-
escape.
Just
you
do
could
it.
just have said, "Hey, why doesn't Kaj?"
Woo!
Like,
All right.
It is totally an option to, as a player, come up with an idea and throw it to another player.
I
Okay.
mean, I know, but like
The tennis that
The
it
thing-
doesn't.
the
I
problem
can't
with
roll.
this
I can't roll a one. Like I actually can't roll a one.
Gomdun would say this is the problem.
Wait, what the heck just happened?
So
The thing is,
yet.
whenever we make a social check, the idea is that we're arguing with each other constantly and mess each other up. So we have to make a charisma check against each other, and if he rolls worse, then he gets disadvantage.
Well, to be fair, neither of those were good, but one of them was objectively worse.
Yeah. Okay.
We got a literal fucking 0.
So at that,
These ants think they can do anything to raise them up in our eyes to save themselves. No, we have enough supplicants already. Those cowering idiots in the back room.
Interesting. Hello?
Yep.
Says
Yep.
No.
What?
That's weird. I mean, just nobody was saying anything.
We're all thinking.
If anybody wants to do anything, by the way, rather than just talking.
I think we're pretty good for right now.
I mean-
I'm kind of thinking about a few things at the moment at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know that I'm ready
stuck
for
in that
things to
too.
proceed.
So 5-0, here, let me just say that. 5-0, what I was saying, the intent is not to say, no, you did it wrong. It's more just that this dragon is far above you guys and only very specifically will care about things that interest it. And if you don't say anything that interests it or don't allude to anything that interests it, it has no reason to pay any mind to what you say.
Yes, but given that my character is more socially knowledgeable about such things than I am,
Okay.
it feels like I should at least have gotten a roll or something to get an idea of what's
Okay.
important to it.
So okay. Okay,
This
so
is what
5-0.
Monty was
I
saying.
think what Wave is saying is that like we kind of have to we have to tease out more context. It's not like it's not that Kaz wouldn't be able to. It's that we haven't interacted with this thing enough to get the context necessary.
The idea I've always had with roles and things like that is I mean, maybe this isn't the way to do it, but I've always personally found that, like, you know, whatever it is you do or you say that, you know, causes there to be a role is more interesting than you say, I want to roll for this. Right? So the goal here, in my opinion, wouldn't be, hey, I want to roll to persuade the dragon. Okay? It's more like, hey, I'm going to try and say or do something to persuade the dragon, and then I tell you if it's worth a roll.
But precisely the problem is that, like, if you have, say, if you had a character who is like godlike charisma, then there's no way for the player to play that out in just speech.
5-0, what I think what Wave is saying is that like this isn't a situation this is a situation where the dragon isn't going to respond regardless of your charisma unless you put down something that he's willing to pick up.
Right, but the thing
A
is,
charismatic
5-0's
person knows what people want.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we don't have that context. Like we haven't progressed. We haven't delved enough into the conversation for any of us to know that yet.
But like, no, that's not true. This is what Monty was saying.
We've already have 2 different persuasion checks rolled that weren't caused. That's clearly not true, right?
This is what Monty was saying to me earlier. Is like we could use this as what we have just gotten as players. We can talk about as players, and then pass to Kaj being the background charisma check. Like if what it is that, like, you know, the like we are together as a you know, a story writing team coming up with what Kaj could say next, so that 5-0 can say it. Then we should do that, as opposed to letting me bumble my way through it necessarily.
But I also think
you can do that
because that's what you would do. What your character would do.
It's true, but Monty's right. Like, I should also let people.
Yeah, and that's fine. But like I said,
to 5-0's point, also, like, his character should be able to draw. Like, his character should just be able to know, in some situations, at a glance. You know, like, if 5-0's character walks into a situation with somebody who is clearly haughty, his character, whether, you know, instinctively or through experience, should be better adept at like be more quick on the uptake socially with what the kinds of things they want than, you know, Orus, who has a charisma of 10.
Okay, I mean, yes, I get what you're saying, but then it requires me to do that inference.
It requires you to interpret their ability score being
right.
Player,
Yes. Okay.
That is on you to interpret.
Sure. Yes. It's just I don't think we've ever done that before in this.
Well, that's kind of what 5-0 wanted to do.
Okay, but that's but that's what I'm saying. This is
characters like that.
Okay. So, all right, 5-0, what would you? Okay, 5-0, tell me what you would like to do here.
What I would like to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Try to give me some, like, I get that you're not 100% comfortable here. I'm trying to kind of like help you out a little bit here. Try to give me a little something concrete to go on, okay? Because it's very hard to like be able to also give something concrete without anything more than like, I want to try to persuade the dragon. Like if there's something you want to like go for, is there something you want to try? Like, is there a way you want to tease it out? Is there something like is there some kind of specific tidbit of information you're looking for? That makes it a little easier for me. If you can't do that, that's fine. But like that would be helpful for me to be able to figure out what to give you.
Okay, so the very I mean the number one most important thing that I want to know and that Kaj wants to know is just like what it's just from what we've gathered with this thing about the other monstrosity that the dragon doesn't like, but also doesn't seem particularly bothered by, and the dragon being haughty, and all these different factors. Like, just how do I get the dragon to not convince the dragon to not eat us, freeze us?
So,
like getting information out of it is just not as important unless it's to that end.
Okay.
So one thing that might be relevant here is that like the last point Dragon made was about like having enough supplicants, right?
Mhm.
One thing that Kaj knows is that we just killed this troll. Maybe we're more valuable than its current like supplicants, especially if they can't do anything about this dragon. I mean, we got its way down to the horde, and we don't even want it, right? Like.
Mhm.
You can speak to what it said earlier. Like, it clearly cared that we weren't. It said we were smart for not touching its shit. And there's a dead troll behind us that, like, not just anyone could do. Maybe that's something.
Well, and not only that, a good point to come off of that real quick is that they're probably hiding from the troll.
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna say,
And we're the ones that killed it.
Gonna gloss over the fact that it talked about the people hiding in the back room that we had no idea about.
They're literally here.
Deal, right? Yeah, because this is something we just totally glossed over that I feel is gonna be is a big point.
I didn't realize that was going on too.
Like he said that, and then we literally all went silent, and then we went to talk about something completely different. I'm like, wait, are we just gonna gloss over that?
Yes, they're the ones hiding in the door. They're what the troll was after.
Well,
that's what I figured.
I honestly have been very distracted during this whole thing.
That's totally fair.
Because I've been trying to figure out this whole charisma thing.
Right.
So 5-0,
here,
so here's what I'll say, 5-0. Like I said, I understand like what you want to get. You want to figure out what this dragon wants. If there was a very distinct answer to that, like if it were as easy as just making a roll, oh, this is what the dragon wants, then that would be easy and that would be done. But that's not how the dragon works, obviously. It's not here because it wants something from you guys, obviously.
I didn't say.
No,
I actually, in the last thing that I said, I didn't actually say it was about what the dragon wanted. I said it was about what I could say to the dragon to have it not eat us or kill us.
Right. So, I mean, maybe, I don't know. You guys can tell me. Is that something we can just make can you just make a charisma roll and figure something like that out? Is that a thing? Like, because like I said, this is just this is warping my sense of how I've been playing thus far.
That's a little bit on
personality, right?
Yeah, you're the one who knows the dragon's personality. Is this something that is there some cue that like he would be giving that you think that we would be able to get but don't?
Sure.
But, like,
okay.
haven't?
All right. No. I get that. Okay. All right. I think I know what I think I know what to do here. All right. Fair enough. Okay.
Like if the whole point is about us being or not being able to read social cues, you kind of just have to give us those. If our characters would get them, but we don't.
Yeah. Okay.
And it may just be.
But it's almost more like, but like I said, it's not even like charisma. It's more like insight, because once you're dealing with charisma, it's got to be.
Then maybe it is insight. Then give us insight rolls or whatever.
I mean, again, like I don't know, 5-0, do you think there's anything from like some of the like established facts that like us non-charismatic folks have managed to like wheedle out accidentally that you think Kaj could start on? Because like there are things I think the dragon cares about, and some of them are the people I didn't realize either were maybe actually literally right behind us. The horde, the thing on its back, and the monstrosity. I don't know. Do you think you have anything that like fits cobbling those ideas together? Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing I have is I could try to make the case that we are, as far as supplicants go, we're far above average because we were smart enough to not touch its horde. We killed this troll that was trying to get its other supplicants who were cowering behind a bolted door. Um, and we and that our working on the rhyme might actually deal with this annoying light in the sky that comes from the southern mountains.
Okay. So presuming you say all that,
Yeah.
You can roll either performance or persuasion for that.
Okay. I think it's the same for me either.
Okay.
Either way. I'm in the wrong section. Okay. Yeah, it's the same. Let's see how this goes. Oh, come on.
You presume to be better than those others. Well then, shall we find out?
And it, like, with a speed you wouldn't think possible with something this large, almost like squeezes its way past you. Like, it almost inadvertently knocks the both of you, like Kosh and Orus, like almost like completely out of its way. You almost get stepped on. And it raises a large claw and tears open the door, just completely, like, shoves its hand through the wall and the door and just slashes it open completely. And you can sort of see behind it. What you can see is and immediately a bunch of kobolds start scurrying and scampering over each other in a panic.
Oh, this is what it meant by supplicants. Well, that's a little different.
I feel like I'm missing some of the context here.
I don't think there's much context, really.
There isn't. It's just that I expected something a little scarier.
Oh.
And kobolds typically like dragons a lot, or at least are scared of them, or both.
I was expecting a different kind of humanoid.
Yeah, I kind of was too, is the thing.
We've also run in with kobolds before, but probably not related to these kobolds.
And what exactly were you lot doing when these intruders made their way in to make off with my treasure?
And
saying this in common or draconic? Just curious.
Probably draconic, I suppose.
All right.
But like, I'm pretty sure a couple of you can understand that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit. I'm just curious. Just
sure. And they're just sort of freaking out and running over, like they're almost like scrambling over each other to try to like pile up against the back wall, all those barrels, and they're just like trying to hide, like, get as far as they can from it. And they're obviously doing a very poor job. And says, "We're sorry, the troll came and we couldn't. It was big and scary. Yeah, big and scary. Yeah."
You mean that troll on the ground over there?
Pathetic. You then dispatched of it.
I mean, he
Yeah.
saw us, he'd do it, yeah.
Two
Mhm.
thumbs, just two Parmux thumbs up.
Should have left these fools to their own devices. No problem at all for me. Were they eaten?
And it sort of crawls back lazily, back towards the back part of the room here, and just almost like perches itself, leans back against its sort of presumably what you figured to be its treasure hoard at this point.
I'm not sure what I caught what it said at the very end of its sentence there, after like pathetic.
It just said it should have left. It was saying that you should have left the kobolds to their own devices, and it wouldn't have been a problem if the troll had made a snack of them.
Oh,
We didn't know they were
Gotcha.
back here. We didn't know they were back here.
I'm not sure where to go from here.
You all mentioned that there was something you could bring me. What exactly would that be?
Well, that's for you to decide.
I think he's referring to when Oru suggested that whatever treasure we might find when we go to the islands and in search of whatever that special island was we're trying to find is, like, we'll probably find treasure and we could bring it back for the dragon. Was the suggestion Oru's made.
And what was the dragon's question again? Like what it was?
It wants to know specifically what treasure we might bring it.
Which we don't know.
Yeah, we have no clue.
I mean, we could make some offers that are ridiculous and terrible ideas, but might be valuable to a dragon.
I mean, I do have a +6 to deception.
So maybe this is the kind of thing we could have told Kaj about at some point during this thing. And also, players, feel free to veto me because this is a terrible fucking idea. It's just one that I like. It's funny to me. But at some point we probably told Kaj about the Dwergar and the fact that they're looking for the shards of the Crinshittabon, which is apparently a very powerful magical artifact that, I don't know, maybe even a dragon would like.
We could
offer
it probably, if it's been here as long as it has, it probably knows about that.
Well, we know who's tracking it, and maybe we could find some bits of it and bring it back to it.
A suggestion also, if we're looking for like things it likes, there's a hoard right there. Maybe we can see something that gives us a tip for something it might want.
Oh, that's true.
It is frozen, but still.
It probably froze it to keep it safe.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, can I see in there, or can we see in there and get an idea?
You can try.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kaj had the chance to observe the horde ahead of time.
Kaj did not have
nobody specified, so.
Well, that's certainly true.
I just couldn't remember if anybody had really given it a good look.
No.
I hadn't, but
That's what any of us were really focusing on for the time being.
I mean, it was kind of like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff frozen in the ice. Oh, there's a troll.
Yep.
And then,
Oh,
and
kill
then,
the troll. Oh, there's a dragon.
oh, there's a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
A dragon.
I mean, can I take a look at it now
Yeah, you can.
That's what he said.
without like being awkward about it?
You can, but I will say, standing where you are, it's probably going to be a little difficult to determine exactly what's going on in there. If you got closer, you'd probably be able to get a better look.
Okay, well, like,
but
if
of course,
I
there are different risks that come with that, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe I can like, if
Again,
I had something else. If I had something else. Sorry.
Sorry, super quick. One thing I'll also mention again: if there's anything specific, especially again Hanu and Asad, who are not directly part of this conversation. If there's anything you two want to do at any point now, you may do it.
I mean,
but
I have a plan. That's it. That's all I have.
Okay.
Well, I have 2 plans. But
Well,
What
so
are-
like I said, if at any
just
point,
just for the rest of us, what are these 2 plans?
Yes, please. Like,
yeah,
one of the
like, it might
plans
be-
is teleport out of the boat,
okay.
and the other plan is if things start going south, jump on its back and try to like destroy the skeleton or something. That's the plan.
okay.
Okay.
Those are the 2 plans that Asad has
Yeah,
that you don't know about.
that we don't know about. But as players, it's helpful to kind of know. Just in case
It
you had some
contextualizes your
plan.
actions.
It contextualizes your actions, and it also gives us the opportunity to go, here's a better plan that your character might have come up with, or as a player, please don't do X that will get us all killed. It'll feel really bad, for these reasons, kind of things. You
Yeah,
know?
but no, like I'm not doing anything because
Right.
of that
I
reason.
understand. It's just good to be in the know as a player.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see things.
So we're back to trying to think of a specific treasure that it might want.
All right, like the outside of Chardolin.
I mean, it like
I don't know if we can be convincing, but we could also offer it one of the what was the name of the miniature sun thing we made? The something star?
Summer Star.
The
Summer Star. It almost certainly saw that happening. So we could assert we know how to make those, although
it said it liked the dark.
yeah, it doesn't care about that. I don't think.
It's the only other thing I can think of without just making shit up.
Well, no. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea though. Like the idea of Netherese tech, maybe more generically.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, there's also like magic items, gold, etc.
Actually, I mean, considering that angle, or maybe literally my angle, Parmux and Gomdune look at Parmux definitely looks at the gold pile to see if he can see anything in particular that stands out. That's like more frequent than anything else.
Yeah, I'll give it a look too. A look-see.
I'll roll for perception as well.
Okay.
If that's good with you, Wave.
I'll be
yeah.
farther away.
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
guys can roll perception, sure.
Okay.
Solid.
Pretty decent rolls. So what you can see from there would be, let me just see here. This. Okay. Mainly what you can see and what is immediately obvious to you from there is various gold implements. There's, chalices and cups and actual like just gold pieces and chests and things like that. And it also looks as though there are multiple layers of ice. The deeper in the ice goes, the harder it is to see exactly what's in there. But closer to that central area of ice, you can get that there are things that are glowing.
So, I don't know if this is going to if it's an unpopular opinion, but we could offer the Pearl of Power as a down payment.
Another far shittier way we could go is
not how you start selling an idea.
Well, sorry, shittier morally, but worse alignment way to go is we could make a deal to compromise Marta and Revel's End, which this dragon clearly dislikes.
But Gomdune is not going to agree.
I don't think I will either.
100%. Like, that Gomdune is not going to agree with that.
I'm just.
I mean, yeah. That option crossed my mind.
Would die before doing that, and if you were to start to suggest that, I think you would get shut down pretty hard on all fronts.
I honestly don't even think Parmux would suggest it. I'm just putting ideas, throwing spaghetti at the wall.
It is fine that you offered the idea, but I think it has been vetoed.
Yeah, no worries.
Also, like Sonov is sitting here in the background, like, what are you trying to sell me out?
Yeah, we get him on so he can get eaten by a dragon. It'll be great.
He's getting used to get eaten by dragons. Don't worry.
It's never happened in Elden Ring before to him, so.
That's true.
Oof. All right. Okay. So we have no better ideas as to what to offer the dragon other than Chardalyn, Netherese tech, and just make some treasure up.
Yeah.
Or just be ridiculously convincing that any treasure we find in the islands that we search will be the dragons. Or
Or
perhaps
again, that like we could retry and sell the acts of service. That like, do you want good servants? We got good servitude right here, but I know that's already kind of we've done that once ish.
Yeah. And I rolled very poorly for that.
yeah, so like so we could either go for the specific, the way I see it, we either go for the specific treasures, like Chardalyn or Netherese tech, or we go for in-specific treasures, but as proof that we can find valuable things, offer the Pearl of Power as evidence and a down payment, essentially. Like,
Or just gold. We could just offer gold.
True.
For gold.
We have a lot of gold.
That is definitely within the range.
like, you know, like obviously, like I don't know what our party gold is at, and we certainly have plenty. You know, if you want to try that, I feel like that is less impressive than a Pearl of Power, obviously. And yes, giving up a Pearl of Power, that is a very big deal. But like,
Yeah.
am like in character, like, you know, Orus, like it's the pearl is less important to Orus than you all, so he would, not that he has it.
Kaj has it,
Kaj
and
has
he would give it up in a
Kaj willing to
heartbeat.
give it up.
I haven't even used it yet.
Oh, I know.
It's hard to use it in combat, because it's
No one has.
Well, that is
so
y'all's prerogative there.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
So I guess there are like two options and one sub option. You know, well, I guess two sub options for each. Option one, offer something specific, either Chardalyn or Netherese tech, or maybe we'll think of something else. Option two, make a down payment, and like as a means of asserting we don't know what treasure we'll find, but we're good at it, and it will certainly be yours. Whatever we find, we will bring before you, and you can take all of it, and you know, as you see fit, leaving whatever unimportant drab scraps you may deem unworthy of your hoard, and we will take them out of your sight, kind of thing, and either give it, you know, a bunch of gold as proof or the Pearl of Power as proof. Unless we have some other magic item we really don't care about.
No, it's that one.
Just that one.
D, all of the above.
Magic items with nothing that's nearly that valuable.
See.
Like the only
No,
other
this
thing
one
that
makes the most sense. This one makes the
only
most sense for trying to do this with.
And also,
Yeah.
the only other thing we've never used are the bird's eye bolts. Like everything else, we have actively used.
And
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna love a fucking.
yeah, he doesn't
like
give two shits
We
about
also,
those
we
things.
also have the bag of holding.
That seems way more useful to us.
The bag of holding was here, and he didn't care about it.
Here, it's probably better that he doesn't know that we took that.
Yeah. It's probably better.
Let's not do that.
But I'm just pointing out, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, so I have said a lot. I'll let other people talk.
I guess I'm up for. It seems to me like the most that the plan that kind of gives us the most flexibility in the future is just like we found stuff like this Pearl of Power. Like it feels like the best option to me, anyways.
Yeah.
And you're holding it. You should let's go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So Kaj respectfully approaches the dragon and says, "Well, You can never be sure what we'll find in our travels, but we have found items of power such as this that we, recognizing your majesty, would be willing to put forward as a down payment for our future offerings. And he lays down the pearl of power in front of the dragon and then sort of like backs off.
An offering.
And it picks up like it like it's very, very small, right? So it just picks it like almost like a little pincer grip between its claws and looks it over. And then it sort of holds it up over its like neck, to like it holds it up to the corpse.
Huh.
Let's say you malformed. Surely you could make something more impressive than this with your vast knowledge in your sleep. But they do offer something, do they not?
And it sort of puts it down in front of it.
Have they anything else?
I bring out 200 gold and drop it in front of it, and then walk back quickly.
These worms are resourceful. How is it that they have come by so much wealth in such a desolate land?
Can I try to get some insight as to like what the heck is going on between the dragon and the corpse?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you've seen enough of how this dragon is acting, and you got a good idea that it's almost as though this dragon thinks the corpse is alive.
Yeah, I think we got that much.
And from that last exchange, that it was someone powerful. What you would also get is that the dragon is masking some sort of insecurity. And if you had to hazard a guess, you think it's likely to be the fact that it imagines itself to be a little more grandiose and powerful than it truly is.
Although obviously it could eat us.
I think, given our current combat status, even if this dragon is less grand than it at first appears,
it's grand enough for us.
It's grand enough to take out a bunch of us with all of our resources basically out. Pretty easily. Like, one breath, like, Horus is not surviving a breath weapon to his face right now, for sure.
Yeah, if motherfucker has a line, if motherfucker has a cone instead of a line, we are all dead on this floor.
Pretty sure white dragons are cones.
Beautiful.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Like, 100%.
Just, and it's fast enough that even if it was a line, we like with the way we're all lined up right now, it still does.
Yeah,
you're all dead.
Like we'd be dead. We're not.
Yeah, so this dragon maybe may not be as may have some insecurity, may not be as grand as it might seem at first, but it doesn't matter if it's half as grand as it seems. It's still grand enough to take us down.
Yeah, but I guess the point is that if it being as grand as if being grand is important to it, that's what it's insecure about, then if we want to appease it in any way, then probably the best target is just making it feel really important.
That's exactly what we've been doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is, it just said, how did we come by that much wealth? We should answer that question.
Let me give you another something.
I like something.
Because it was
Something,
very
something.
obvious to you guys that it still thinks the corpse is alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Why?
Why?
That is a very good question. One we do we have an answer to.
Well,
I mean,
wait, why does it think? Oh, why does it think the corpse is still alive?
Yes.
I mean, it's not like Horus can cast detect magic or something and see an enchantment on it or something, right?
So, all right. So this dragon has blind sense.
Yeah.
And it can obviously like see us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just crazy, honestly.
It could just be crazy.
Deluded, perhaps, stuck in the past to some degree.
Upset.
In denial.
Could be in denial.
Or it's just insane.
It could be insane. It could be magically enthralled, with some super powerful spell. The saddle may be enchanted.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, what if that's true?
That'd be a fucking way to capture a dragon. Let me just tell you, if that's not what's happening here, that's somebody make that campaign, because that's legit.
I mean, like, I mean, like,
I almost think it's not that, because I don't think WotC's writers are that smart.
Wow.
I'll be honest. I think
that's a jab.
Yeah. Well, come on. Like,
Zing!
You've seen the rest of this campaign, right?
That's the meta. That's the meta bullshit, though. Let's stop going down that. Let's shove that to the side.
I know for a fact there's actually, like, is it a helmet or an amulet that makes undead or some other type appear humanoid? I don't know if it makes them appear alive specifically. That could also be in play as like real meta nonsense, but I somehow doubt that's in play here either. But
I mean,
yeah,
wouldn't that work on us as well if that was the case?
I mean,
probably,
like in this case, it would make the dragon think that its dead partner, friend, master, slave, whatever, is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
If the magic
relationship is very confusing.
This relationship is very confusing. But I mean, like, granted, the dragon did, like, kind of balk when we wanted to know about Malphazond, instead of the dragon earlier.
Only out of ego, I believe.
Possibly. So there's an entire huge host of reasons why this dragon thinks Malphazond is still alive, but it's like, we've been having a remarkably sane conversation with this dragon, considering everything.
Let me give you some more insight. It has not actually talked to you guys very much directly.
Yeah, no.
It refers us to an awful lot in the third person, rather than speaking directly at us. That's true.
Well, it talks specifically to its rider, rather than to anyone else. Except it did address the supplicants briefly, to scorn them, but mostly it's looking to Melthoron for approval. Which, okay, here's the worst idea I've had yet, which is, what if one of us pretends to hear Melthoron?
Great. I'm gonna hold up a hand right now, and I'm gonna poll the party here.
Okay.
How nutty do we want to go here? Do we want to risk our characters for the awesome options, or do we want to keep cowering?
Okay, well, there are two awesome options I can think of.
Yes.
Yams has one of them. He's already
Yams has one of them. Asod has one of them. Asmo has put forward another, and I'm sure we could think of more. But
Well, I think that there's a better
Are-
one than Asmo's.
because so I'm gonna put this out here. I am absolutely willing to risk Orus, like just like if somebody here is like,
Something
I want
awesome,
to
yeah.
try for something awesome because like it's more interesting if instead of just sitting here and cowering in front of this dragon, we like make some bad assumption about why it's like enthralled to Malthazond, act on it, and get ourselves killed. I am totally down for that.
I'm way more down for that than supplicating to this dragon.
So,
Okay with that.
if
Yeah.
there are people who are not down for that, I please do speak up, and we can like not get people killed.
I mean,
but, like, I feel like right now, like we've been sitting here cowering, and I'm like, let's do something awesome, right?
Even if it's stupid.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
If anybody disagrees with that, please do.
I'm down for it, but I also think that the reason we're saying that is because we spent a whole week we've all spent the week preparing for the possibility that we're gonna die.
That is probably a factor.
that is a large factor, I think,
I'm
for
okay
me. If
with
I
it.
didn't
Like,
have,
I'm not gonna say that means that I'm gonna say no. I just think it's funny that because we've like stewed on this for a week, we're willing to do something more reckless than we would otherwise.
I do have a
Mhm.
question. Yams.
Uh-huh.
So with my idea being someone starts to hear Maltharond,
I think-
what was you gonna suggest?
Yango could pretend to be Maltharond to some degree.
Oh.
And
No.
talk to it talk to it telepathically.
Oh no!
Hey, Yams, you're right. That is better.
Oh my god! Yeah, we're definitely doing that. Yeah, we're definitely doing that now.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that now.
All right. So it seems like there is some sort of
Mhm.
consensus that we're going to have an imitation Melthorond in the form of the Yango, aka Gomtun, mind talking to the dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the last chance for any
Gong's whole
dissension.
telepathic arc has been building up to this moment.
This is the last chance for any dissension among the ranks.
Yeah.
Sunaj and Five
No.
we have had the least affirmation from you two as to plan stupid.
I'm cool
I-
with it. I'm just
mean,
amused.
Bro,
Sorry.
you helped me make a backup character, so I'm fine with this.
Okay.
I'm
If I didn't have
totally
a backup
fine with it
character, I
because
think
it
I'd
has
feel very
potential to be
different.
Really, really good. I'm just
Okay.
amused. I'm just amused because
Do you have
I-
any input, either of you, on how to make this even more awesome?
no.
Let me just make sure that it actually works within the rules. With like, hold on. If this doesn't work within the rules, like it knows that it's me, then the whole thing doesn't work.
Yeah,
Let me
that
just
is
make
true.
sure. I need
Yeah.
to
We
actually
should-
make sure.
We could still back up to the other one of like Maltharond addresses us directly, which we should do if that's the other case. Also, as maybe mentioned before, I would suggest that someone other than the people mechanically prevented from doing anything smart or persuasive maybe hears them.
Yeah, that's I think Ka's just the one who acts like he
It
can.
doesn't say that it knows it's me.
I mean, with the Psy Crystal, what's his face didn't know it was me talking to him.
Oh.
We played it that way, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about knowing who is talking with you. So,
All right, Gomdune, give us your best Maltharond.
Well, I guess before we jump in there, I think the one thing that I might like to establish is I don't know, at least like what are we gonna try to say at first?
You guys gonna have to help me with what we're gonna say.
Oh, we're gonna convince it that it's worth trusting this party and they can do great things for you.
No,
Okay.
I know that that's. I'm just like you guys are gonna help me with how we're gonna say this.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got a trial balloon that you should just do because you're gonna need it anyways, which is have it speak its name to us. Because you're gonna need to know its fucking name if you're Maltharond.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
True.
Yeah, we gotta get its name.
Big true.
So
Yeah.
see if this works by way of psychic this.
No. Well, we could just ask it out loud.
I have two questions for you.
yes.
Do you have enough sorcery points for subtle spells still?
No.
Shit. Because
Well, okay, it depends. Let's see. Subtle spell is. No, I do. I have one. It's one sorcery
Okay.
point to cast it without any somatic or verbal components. I
My
can't.
other question is, do you have enhance ability prepared?
No. And
Yeah.
no, I have pass without trace, detect magic. That's a good point. No, okay. I'd have to use a higher level spell slot because I'm at a first level, but I could cast detect magic subtly, and just look at everything right now, and that might actually be a good move prior to.
Yeah, I like that. I like this.
How about you do
Go
that,
ahead.
and Yango should we should just ask it out loud what its name is.
Okay,
Yeah, we
I'm-
need
I'm-
to.
I'm
In some
subtle
fashion.
I'm subtle
Cause
spell.
just still having this ongoing conversation, or conversation, quote unquote. I say.
Okay, so
Yeah.
before
it's
we
just
get too deep
talking
into
it.
Plan Stupid, Oru's subtle spell casts detect magic. So there's essentially no components. It's impossible to notice, unless you are also just automatically detecting magic on Oru's in looking at him. But yes, he is now detecting magic and looking in the dragon's direction.
Okay. What's the range on that again?
The range, let me just put
30
it in
feet?
chat here, is 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Yeah. So what you get from detect magic is the usual stuff from the party around you. You're also getting a bunch of glowing stuff from the pile of ice. And I believe that is it.
So no enchanted saddle. No
Next
magic
time.
on the corpse, no special magic on the dragon. Good to know. And no magic on the cat statue, I presume.
No.
Cool. It is just a statue of a cat. Sad. Cool. Well,
I mean,
I
now it's a
still feel
statue
like
of a
that was
cat
worth it.
anyway.
Hey.
Well,
I guess the next step is for Kaj to ask it its name.
yeah, like
Okay.
oh great one. If
Yeah,
we are to
so-
further
oh,
converse with you, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great one. We have been. Kaj is like, oh, great one. We've been so. Forgive
Disrespectful,
us. We've
yeah.
been disrespectful, and we don't even know the proper name for which we should address you. Could you please give us your name?
This one is strange, Meltherond. It has the
but
look of
you-
one such as us.
I establish a telepathic connection and say, yes, but they may still be useful to us nonetheless.
Here we go.
Okay.
I would like you to roll.
Can I help?
This is almost certainly going to be performance. And I'll give you advantage on it.
Okay.
I assume that so my question is, because technically this is just within like my mind and the dragon's mind,
Mm-hmm.
I assume that this is not affected by the usual interference that would be the case.
What
Or are
usual
you gonna
interference?
have that is Parmux rolling against me? Or does that still apply?
I don't know. I feel like it still has to apply because he's still attached to you and can like mess
Alright,
with your.
well then we gotta roll that first.
He rolled
Yeah.
charisma. He rolled charisma.
I did it, buddy.
Oh no! No!
Advantage canceled. Straight roll.
Can't.
It doesn't
Alright.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
Or-
Doesn't matter.
He was already
Right.
given advantage. There's no
So
like.
okay,
advantage
so
stacking.
okay, but if I have inspiration still, can
Mhm.
I apply it? Do I apply it before or after I roll?
I don't remember.
How does inspiration work again?
I think you can
raw
apply it after.
Inspiration before you roll, you use it to roll an advantage, but that
Okay.
doesn't
In that
do
case-
anything here because you already have advantage given by the DM. You just also have disadvantage.
Oh, okay, so I can't. So okay, I can't.
Yeah, giving yourself advantage doesn't. Yeah. Well, raw no, but that's up to Wave.
Raw, an infinite number of advantages are canceled
And
by
one,
one source
by
of
one disadvantage. Yes. I
All
only
right,
learned
well,
that
then
this
we're-
week, actually.
Ah! Parmux killed us all.
Oh boy, the rolls tonight. Okay.
F.
This
F.
we have
No,
rolled.
knowing if
F.
I knew that, no. If I knew that, I would have used my advantage on the original pose check.
I mean, sure,
I
but then you
mean-
would have rolled an 8 on that.
8,
So,
8, buddy.
okay.
Okay.
No.
So then I would get-
He's saying he would he would use his advantage on the
Yep.
check against Parmux.
Yes,
try
but
and
then he would have
preserve
rolled
his
2
advantage.
8s.
And
Right.
now he-
Oh, true. Well, true. If he rolled 2 8s in a row, though, it wouldn't have mattered. Does that
Right,
make
but
sense?
then I would get a-
Okay,
but then I
if
would
you want to
get a roll-
retroactively do that, you can roll now at disadvantage.
Yeah, because I didn't know when I rolled the
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm still gonna roll badly, but at least we're
Well-
gonna give it another
I
go.
mean, sure, you are
Hey,
more than
Calm
welcome
down.
to.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Now you can roll at regular because you can use your inspiration.
No, I thought that's what he used the
No, he
inspiration
used his
for.
inspiration.
Oh, disadvantage though. Disadvantage. Disadvantage.
Wait, why?
Because
So-
I thought you used your
No, but-
inspiration to roll against Parmux.
Well, no, you
Well,
gave
right,
him
and I-
advantage on the you were giving him advantage on the performance.
The performance
check.
check.
Right,
Yes.
yes.
Right, and he hypothetically retroactively used his inspiration to
inspiration.
roll with
Yeah.
advantage on the charisma check
Yeah.
against his brother.
Yes,
Yeah.
which he failed because he
Because-
rolled 2 8s.
Right,
Right.
so it's
Right,
so
so
it's
then I get a normal-
disadvantage versus the advantage you gave him.
Oh,
It's
so
a
it's just
straight
a
roll.
right.
It's
It's a straight
Right,
roll.
right, right,
So
right.
as
Yes.
a straight
yes.
roll. he just-
Yes. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. You're right.
Let's
Okay.
go!
Okay.
I don't know what just happened, but
What just
I
It's
know
good. It's good.
I see
Roll-
green number.
Rules Leaders won. That's what
All
just
right.
happened.
No. Let's. No. I'm not trying to fight against you here. I'm
We
happy
did
about
it,
that.
guys! We rules
Okay.
lawyered our way into success.
All right. So, you hear in your mind.
Meltheron, you sound different.
Yeah, I'm sick. I got a psychic cold.
My mind is
Mind
addled by listening to these
versus
mewling
way.
creatures prattling on.
My power has waned since we last conversed like this.
We talk like this all the time. I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh,
No,
I'm turning
just-
off my mic.
Just go. Just go and convince. Go. Go.
Go,
Nonetheless,
roll awesome. Just do it. Be awesome.
nonetheless, these supplicants may have some value in helping us regain power over this land
How exactly would they do that?
by
The two of us together are more powerful than any force.
in a direct way, yes, but there are things that simply a mere show of force from us cannot do. For example, sowing fear amongst those is much more insidious than simply us making a direct show of force. Stories,
Sorry. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's okay.
stories, rumors, these things have power beyond what we can do.
While all this is going on, the dragon is noticeably distracted in that it's not looking at you anymore. It's kind of like almost looking towards its back. Okay, just mentioning that.
Sure.
Yes. A show of striking fear into the hearts. I am confused. I'm not sure exactly what it is you're getting at.
It will become apparent in time. Suffice to say, I have some designs for these ones.
Okay, while he's talking, and the dragon is distracted. Is there anything we want to do to capitalize on that before
Yeah,
we just kind of
seriously.
let
I
this
don't know how
opportunity
much
roll
gum
away
you
from
can
us?
Um,
I mean, if nothing else, I think Parmux, seeing his brother occupied, would like nudge Oris and like gesture over to the stairs and look at Kaj and be like, stir, and like basically do that if you want to start like moving slowly in the direction of, I don't know, escape, I guess.
Let's see.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that Gomdun might be able to confuse this dragon long enough for us to get to cover.
So okay, let's see. I can't subtle spell again, but
Mhm.
let's see. What are the components on Pass Without Trace? There is a verbal component. I don't know how distracted this dragon actually is. Shit.
You've got advantage on stealth checks anyways.
Yeah, because you still have enhance ability dexterity
I
active.
do have enhance ability dexterity. It's kind of a question for the DM. Is trying to stealthily cast Pass Without Trace an option? I generally with verbal, it's kind of like you can't like mumble that shit.
I mean, I don't know how that generally works when you try, like, if you try to do that. Is that something that like you can stealth cast a spell? I feel like that's.
I don't think so. I think
I don't
that's
think
kind
so
of what
either.
subtle spells for.
Yeah, I don't think so. So
So I think
you
we just
have to cast it.
although the point is, I do have like two of us have advantage on stealth to get out of here.
Mhm.
Anyway,
You could get out first. You could like make some distance, cast like Pass Without Trace, and then come back for the rest of us.
that's true. Alternatively, you could shove me in the bag of holding.
I don't think that would work. Because is it Pass Without Trace not around you specifically? If you're in the bag of holding, I don't think they
Pass
would
Without
get
You're in like
Trace-
an
that.
extra dimensional plane. You're like in
Yeah,
an
you-
extra dimensional
They
pocket.
wouldn't get the effect of that if
You're
it's
not
centered on you.
physically in this
Okay,
plane.
I couldn't remember if we ruled Pass Without Trace as I have to be around the people when I cast it, or if it's kind of like an effect around me affecting people I choose it to.
I think it's an effect around you. I'm pretty sure that's how it.
Mm-hmm. I think
Sort
you're
of
Right.
phrases
So
it.
but it's like he stuffs me in the bag. I can cast it in the extra dimensional space with no chance of being detected, and then he pulls me out of the bag again.
Oh.
Yeah, the way it's worded is that it's
All
like
right,
a
I'm
veil of
gonna.
radiance
That's
from
being a little too like.
That is a bit metagamey.
You can cast
Okay,
it.
well,
I'll
we
let you
didn't
cast it,
communicate
okay?
And he's distracted right now.
I'll let
But-
you cast it, okay? We
That's
don't
a
need to
bit
go to those
metagamey.
lengths.
That's a bit metagamey.
we'll pull an Oris out of a hat later.
You can cast Pass Without Trace. The
I'm
dragon
gonna
is
cast
distracted.
Pass Without Trace.
All right, you did it.
Cool.
He just wanted to jump in the bag of holding. Let's be honest.
look,
Everything else was just
I'm a
everything else was just a show. Like he actually just wanted to
Okay,
jump in
so
the
you've
bag of holding.
cast.
We all know.
You've cast Pass Without
I've
Trace.
cast Pass Without Trace. You guys feel stealthier. So are we actually gonna try to just walk out of this conversation? Do we want to be super cheeky and like try to grab the pearl as we go?
Oh no.
Or does it
It's a little
the
bit
pearl?
cheeky, I think.
I do not want to.
Yeah, that's a bit too cheeky. I'm willing to
Yeah.
call that as a sunk cost for this for our stupidity here.
Okay, but is the plan that we're just gonna walk out of here right now? Is that the actual plan?
Do you have a better one?
No.
I mean,
mean-
Gomdun can keep on talking to it for like 4 miles, right?
Yeah, no. So it lasts for
5
5
minutes.
and it's active for like I think like 5 miles or something. It's
4
a length
miles.
of, like,
You
4
posted
miles,
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
I guess
keep
we're gonna
going.
guess we're gonna just sneak out of here.
Can Kaz? What if Kaz jumped into the bag of holding so that he wouldn't be visible?
What's the goal here?
Just
Realistically, if
easier
someone's
to
gonna
get him
jump
out
in
of
the
there.
Bag, it should be the least stealthy person
So
in the
you are
party.
currently affected by Pass Without Trace. So you
Who
get
unfortunately
+10
is upstairs.
you get a +10 to your stealth checks.
Oh, okay.
So, I think we just start making our way out.
Okay. You're
That's
okay
how
with
it's
this?
happening.
Thank you.
Yeah, if this is how we're doing, I'm good with that.
15, baby.
I will also let you, because there's nothing in Pass Without Trace that says you can't target Hanu and Asad as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's not targeted. It's a radius around him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they can also be targeted with it.
Okay.
3D space.
So I have advantage and plus 20 to my stealth roll.
How do you have advantage right now?
He's a
Me?
clone.
Oh, I have an item.
Cloak of
Oh,
Elven Skin,
right.
yeah. Or Cloak of Elven Kind.
You guys all get plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets plus
Yeah.
10.
Okay, rest of
So
your roll.
Carmax rolled a 15.
Sure.
Oh, you want me to roll?
I mean, I guess you
If
don't
you're
need to.
leaving
Sure.
at this point. I mean, like,
But like,
supposedly the three of us
Sure, I'll
on the
roll. I'll go ahead and roll.
The three of us in the bottom are making our way up while the dragon is distracted.
Yeah, I guess if they come up, if I see them coming up, I would make
Sure.
some sort of effort to
I think
sneak.
I did that right.
okay, so you got a 30,
Damn.
31 and a
39.
39. Okay.
Did
39.
I do that right?
Yeah, you
I
did.
think you did something weird.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh
if
no,
you
wait, it's already
normally-
plus 10. Yeah, what did
Yeah,
you do? You added a plus 10 already, so you got a 21. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Wait. Hang on. Yeah. No.
I don't know what you did.
I
It's fine.
clicked-
He already added a plus 10.
Yeah.
I clicked the roll. And
He's
then
normally
it
plus
let me edit
0.
it.
He added
Yeah.
plus 10 to
Yeah,
it.
he just added plus 10. It's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
All right.
okay.
So there's your stealth roll. Sure. Okay. Let's keep the conversation going.
Yes, let's. This is where Gomdune starts to run out of things to say, but presumably we're far enough that it's like, hey guys, what else do I say to this thing?
Can Kaj try to help and give some
Yes,
tips or
yes,
something?
We don't
please.
even know what
Yeah.
you've already said.
Yeah, no, they don't. That's why this is hilarious.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess so. So I guess Kaj would say something like, something like just keep talking about your master plan and machinations to throw all of Icewind Dale into terror, even the monstrosity that
Terrible idea.
no. I don't know.
No, that's good. And then
Yeah.
like say some bullshit about how we could help him deal with the people at the prison and in the fortress.
Yeah.
Okay, we can with us we can simply display our force and openly by openly showing force against the 10 towns. We merely rally those who fear us against us, but by sowing fear and chaos through insidious means, we weaken them, allowing us to exert an even stronger force than we could otherwise.
What exactly are you referring to? What insidious means?
By allowing these ones to live and tell tales of our splendor and our grandiosity.
Maybe add.
They will.
I mean, maybe add that like if we started doing things like, we could also do things like kill in their name or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
And like,
Okay.
Start
I'm
a
gonna
cult.
have like real cult stuff going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll persuasion straight up.
All right. Hold up. Well, first that means we're gonna get another charisma check.
Can Kaj help with that at all?
Okay,
no,
good
you
enough.
do.
Good
You
enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
That's the charisma check. So I roll normally. I don't roll with disadvantage.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think. He's asking if Kaj can help with that. Yeah, I guess well, here's what I would say. I would say by telling him what to say, but he's also trying to focus on this telepathic. I'd say any help you can offer is kind of like canceled out by the fact that he's got to try to keep this connection and this charade going.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I could
So-
also get some magical help from anyone who can cast guidance.
Oh, you mean like my guy?
Yep.
Yes.
That can happen.
Brother do well, brother do well,
Thing
brother
is,
do
this
well.
has been going on long enough that there's plenty of time to cast that.
Yep, let's go.
You got it.
All right, so roll regular, and
All right.
then
Miracles.
and then
Okay,
21.
21. Okay.
This is a strange way to approach things. We've gone on so long, simply existing, feeding, growing our wealth, ruling from afar.
Yes, but these strange times and this strange darkness means that we have to adapt to the times and do something a little different.
Presumably, we're all still moving out of the ship while the
Sure, yep.
conversation's
Yeah.
happening.
Yes, sorry.
We're
Yes.
moving as far away as Wave will let us.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Keep going. You guys can keep going. Let's say you've made your way up to the top floor by now.
Okay.
Okay. And it says,
Yes, it is strange that after thousands of years, something has changed in the air. I can feel it. The goddess Oral is wrathful. But I know not why.
Okay, what's next?
Yeah, what is next, guys?
You tell her she's a threat. Tell her she's gotta go down for your rule.
That's really good. I like that.
Perhaps her wrath is a threat to us. Perhaps that is why we must do things to consolidate our power now.
You would dare speak treason against a god.
What
Trees.
has
You Netherese wizards.
I was fucking right. Bing!
I didn't hear that last thing Wave tried to
Yeah,
say.
I didn't hear the last bit either.
So arrogant. Did you not try to go up against the gods once before? Where did it get you? No. I draw the line there.
Oh. Oh, remember how there was once a floating city?
Yeah.
I recall this.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Humility, friendship. Take their counsel, but still use the mortals.
you guys can keep moving.
That I have no idea what my brother's getting at there.
I mean, can we
Horus-
get-
we were at the top deck. Horus is getting down onto the ice.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess.
I pull
I'm
out a
going-
rope and start lowering people.
I'm
Mhm.
going over the side with Featherfall.
If there's anyone,
We don't need to go by rope, man. I'm upcasting a levitate to get us down.
Yeah, I'm over the side with Featherfall.
Can you do that while telepathy is going on?
Yeah, telepathy
Okay.
doesn't require concentration. I just
Right,
have
okay.
to give up the enhanced ability to dexterity.
All right, no more enhance ability.
is there
All right.
anyone
Anything else
that
you want to
wants
stay here?
I
mean-
was just gonna. Sorry.
Wouldn't you just keep bullshitting for like?
Yeah,
I'm
like,
gonna
let's-
keep rambling on random shit.
Well,
Like-
I want to hear this random shit now because this is important.
Well, we can't keep role playing this for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like out of ideas here.
No,
guys.
Okay,
no,
so
so-
that's
Somebody
fine. So now
suggested
hold on,
something,
hold
just
on,
do what they said.
hold on.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave, like, if you want to do something specific, that's fine. But the longer this goes on, the harder the persuasion checks are going to get, unless you happen to say something that's particularly. So it's up to you. You can leave it up to, the auto roll, or you can try and do something specific. It's up to you.
Does anyone else have any other ideas here? 'Cause I'm out of ideas.
The suggestion that was made was to not double down, but take the dragon's counsel and be like, you're right. We shouldn't
Yeah.
go against the gods, but we still need, you know,
Can't
in
let this keep going on the way it's going, or
Yep.
Oral's gonna like if we keep appeasing Oral, then
No,
Oral's
don't.
gonna-
Not-
Stop
not
stop
even
taking
that.
the oral track at all.
Yeah.
You just say you're right. We shouldn't go against Oral.
Yeah.
But
But
we
we can
still
still use
need, but we still need to be more careful or different in how we, like, in this time we're
Yeah.
harassed about. We need
Yeah.
to avoid incurring it. Then you know,
Sure.
that kind of thing.
Or yeah,
Sure,
or
fair.
I was thinking like it's more like we need to ensure our place in the new order, that kind of thing.
Sure.
That works too.
Okay.
I say that.
Sure. Persuasion.
Right.
I'll be right there.
Or performance, I suppose. Whichever one you like better.
I mean, I'm much better at persuasion. God,
Mm-mm.
why do I keep rolling so bad?
Oh,
Mm.
Jeez. Alright, sure.
Good
I
roll.
assume I
Okay.
get another guidance here.
Yeah, you can definitely have another guidance.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not getting it from him, you're getting it from Morus.
Or from me.
Okay.
Actually, no, Morus
Um,
can't give it to you. I think it's concentration.
It is.
Come on.
Alright, so, but
21.
Fine, we got enough people. We got enough people who know who can do it.
So, we are to let them go and spread word then?
For now.
Very well.
And what you register then, you guys are started to move across the ice.
Yeah.
What you register then is pure like confusion, because you can't see in there anymore. You can't see. So what you register, Gomdun, is confusion and then blinding rage. As you hear a crash and a second hole and splintering wood in all directions fly out of the ship. And you hear it raging. And a spray of ice appears sort of like high up in the sky over your heads.
Okay, is there anywhere for us to hide in our immediate vicinity?
Is that battle music? I don't like battle music.
I hear the same music we've been hearing.
Really?
it definitely
What the heck
changed.
am I hearing then?
Oh, wait,
It's definitely different music.
that's battle music. Or chase music.
Chase music sounds about right.
Well, how are we
Yeah.
supposed to outrun it though?
You guys are, let's say, again, this is about 100 yards, the ship is about 100 yards out from the shore. So we'll say you guys have been able to make it maybe about halfway. What would you like to do?
The safest place for us to go now is back towards the fortress.
Oh,
Is
let's
that the
stop.
one-
First, we have to get to our freaking axe beam.
Bro.
Oh, I thought we were there already. I thought we were already there.
No.
We left everything on the shore. We have to get back to the shore.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see, wait, hold on, let me see.
Sad thing
Okay,
is
okay,
that it
okay.
seemed like we
New
actually
plan, new
convinced him to
plan.
let him go.
Horus is going to cast... Oh
Right?
no, okay, it has to find us. Should I cast Call Lightning, creating a cloud 100 feet directly above us with a 60-foot radius blocking sight of us?
That sounds
No.
like a pretty good thing to start. Well,
That's literally just a beacon for where we are.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Like, huh, why did a cloud just appear? Oh, they can fucking do magic. Huh, it must be them. It's not that big of a leap.
we're already. You know what? We're already stealth. Let's just like try and hope that the stealth works.
Let's split up, perhaps, so we don't all die in the same blast?
Well, no, because if we get for more than 30 feet away from
He just
Horus, then
he
we
just
No.
used
lose
his
the
breath
benefit of
weapon to
casting
blow a
out
hole
trace.
in the ship.
Is that true?
True.
No, it
Yeah,
didn't.
because it's 30 feet
No, it
centered around
didn't.
him.
It
it
flew up out of the ship and then blew its breath weapon in the sky out of pure
Okay.
rage.
Okay, well, it has used its breath weapon either way.
That's a technicality, Wade.
Um,
You can use the breath weapon.
And let me give you this, because are you still connected to it, Yango?
What?
Yeah, for 5 miles.
Yeah, I am.
Are you
If
still
I-
you're still connected to
for
it?
5 miles
That's it.
or 5 miles or 5 minutes.
Okay. Maltherond, where have they gone? They've escaped. We must track them down. They do not get our permission to leave. They've stolen our stuff. They've entered into one of our lairs. We'll swallow their bones.
All right, just give it an answer, dude.
And the rest of you, figure out what you want to do, because we're going to do it.
I mean, I
Okay.
think Horus, like, I mean, we're just running.
I guess
Yeah.
You're
Kaj,
running- you
Kaj
guys are
should
gonna run
just
from
keep
shore?
moving.
Kaj should cast fly on somebody.
Is fly useful?
I don't
You
know.
move faster, right? Isn't it 90 feet of flying movement?
Yes.
I am really sad that I unprepared.
It's 60. I thought it's 60. It's 60.
It's
I thought.
60.
Even still, move plus dash with fly is faster than move plus dash on the ground.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
So-
is there someone that we really want to cast fly on?
You could cast it on the big dude. Who?
No, Oris, I'm actually faster than all of you.
Well, you've got the bag of holding.
True.
Everyone
Oh.
else jumps in and we fly.
I don't
Alright.
think everybody can fit in it.
Isn't that the whole point of the bag of holding?
It's 500
Well,
pounds
no.
total.
Okay, how many people can fit in the bag, and how many people can we just carry?
If you carry people, you're slower.
That's true.
Yeah, but you could
Only
like
if
try.
we-
Couldn't you carry like Orus and then you're slower, but you're still stealthed and flying?
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. If we're doing that plan, then the answer is we carry we bag of holding Hanu. We bag of holding Hanu, Oris, and Asad, and we leave Kaj out because you need to be in the same plane as I am to maintain the fly spell, presumably.
Yeah.
And so we carry you.
Wait, how much can you hold in a bag of holding?
500 pounds. And we don't have.
I feel like Hanu weighs that by himself.
Hanu's too heavy for
Well,
that, I think.
That's too much, dude.
Is plate mail 500 pounds? Or is his
No.
plate mail 500 pounds?
I think you could do Hanu.
Mail at 60.
You could do Hanu with him being the only person.
But we
if you
probably
want.
wouldn't be able to do anybody else without going over.
Okay. Well.
So-
What's the plan, guys?
Okay, so it just seems like the plan should be to.
Okay, hold on. One thing is, how far are we from the ship at this point?
Probably about what I don't know, whatever half of 100 yards is in American.
All right, so I'm gonna
150 feet.
telepathically say to them, patience. They can't have gone far. They might still be within the bounds of the ship.
You're gonna get persuasion with disadvantage for that one, but that's fine. The rest of you, what are you doing? Like, let's do this. Bag of holding. All right, bag of holding. The rest of you are just like going with.
Jeez.
Well,
I guess
Um,
I'm going.
I mean, I
Guidance
think,
me,
think we've
someone
generally
guides me?
established.
Yep.
We've generally established that whatever like Parmux does to Orus just kind of tends to happen. So, if Parmux grabs Orus to shove him in the bag of holding, that's happening.
Oh.
Okay.
Assume you got it. Yams. Yango.
Yeah, I did. I already rolled the 1d4 and got a 1.
Okay. Woo.
Okay.
So I I pick up Hanu
Okay.
and dump like I basically like open the bag up and just like get in.
Okay. Hanu's in the bag of holding. You guys are running or flying?
Nice.
Are we flying? Is
Um,
anyone flying? What's happening?
Gosh.
Well, I mean, I thought we established that the flying plan doesn't exactly work because we just can't get everyone flying.
I mean, if one of us gets away better than nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's gotta break in the new guys.
That's a grim way to put it, but sure.
You could fly yourself.
Yeah, let's just fly yourself and go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, Kaj will fly himself and go.
Yeah, this
All right,
is
and the
where-
rest of
this
you are
is
going.
Where Gomdude
Hand the
Gomdude
bag of
says-
holding to
says,
Kaj
"Fly,
after you shove
fool."
Hanu in it.
I
Okay.
toss Hanu off
All right.
Gosh.
Fine.
All right.
Done.
All
Okay.
right.
So this is what's going to happen. You guys are heading for the shore to where your stuff is, right?
Yep.
Okay. You guys can sort of see the dragon up and sort of raging around. It's sort of flying a circle around the ship. And it's high up enough, and you know from what you've seen of it, that in theory, it should be able to see you. But it starts to fly off in a completely separate direction. You guys are heading, like, let's say, towards the south, towards the shore, and it's flying off to the northeast.
Huh.
That's sweet.
Okay.
Your persuasion, it's like inwardly raging. It's not responding to anything you say at this point, Yango.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys continue on course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it is kind of crazy.
Okay. Let's say you've made it now another quarter of the way towards the shore, so you got another quarter to go. I'm gonna make a roll here. Okay. It's flown off far enough now that you can't exactly tell where it's going, but you don't see or hear it anymore.
Okay. Well,
You continue?
yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, for lack of any better option at the moment.
Okay. You've now made it towards your things.
And I think we, at least Parmuk says, maybe we head for that weird cave. At least we could take shelter in there briefly.
Abso-friggin-lutely.
Horus is going to use his last second level spell slot if necessary to cast Pass Without Trace again, hitting also all of our stuff, like our sled dogs.
You don't need it.
Okay.
Alright.
Cool.
Yeah, no, cave sounds good.
Yeah, let's go.
So you guys are heading back over to the east?
We're heading up the coast, and I
Up the
guess
coast?
slightly to the east. We're heading
Okay.
toward where we saw that weird.
Or where you saw that cave. And
Yeah.
how long between the cave and where you were was that?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a
Quite a
great
distance.
question.
So I'm going to look at the map here. What is the most sensitive?
I know, I'm pretty sure I know where it is, but I can't remember if you guys rested in between, like how long it took you to get there. I think I know where it is, and I think it was
I don't think we did. I think we got too weirded out to like.
yeah, no. I'm saying I don't think you rested between there and getting to it, but I'm just trying to.
We did rest because we rested in the near Angajuk's in Angajuk's cavern.
Was the cave before or after Angajuk's?
It was before.
Before.
Okay, so it's past Angajuk's cabin then.
Yeah, it is.
Further to the east. Okay, so you want to go all the way that far?
Do we?
We can head in that direction at least.
Can Horus take a minute to recall when
Yeah.
he's been observing the aurora? Where does it start?
Where does it start? Have I said this before? Because I don't remember.
I feel like you have.
I feel like I have too, but I don't remember what I said.
Well, then that enough should be enough of an answer.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because if it had started in the south, if we knew that specifically, or if Horus could recall that, he
It
would be
doesn't.
interested
No,
in
I
heading
don't
that
think it would. I don't think it would start in the south. It's mostly just overhead, I would say.
Mhm.
I think if I remember correctly, the way I described it is the fact that it does start in one direction and continues along rather than appearing all at once. Though I think
Yes.
that's how I described it, rather than
Right. It was
direction.
just kind of. I was just curious. Where did it start roughly? But
Yeah,
that's not
I
important, it's
think-
not important.
I think, like I said, I think it's mainly again it ends up almost being directly overhead, like something that's so high up that like it almost ends up being directionless.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's see, is there the other option is we could ride for Bremen.
I mean,
What direction did it head again?
It headed northeast.
We should go not northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like we
actually
should
my idea.
stay away from the coast.
Book it for Bremen then, and we'll probably just get lost in the tundra, but we'll be back. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, just took the scenic route.
so you guys are heading southeast.
Yeah.
Okay, how long would you like to go before resting?
I mean, that depends how long till we get to a spot that seems like a safe place to hide out.
I mean, it's good. It's a you know that it is very, very long ways before you get to any sort of towns that you know of.
Yeah, so we're
No,
just.
but
I
like a
think
cave or like a.
Do you have to stop and look for one?
let's go for like 2 or 3 hours, and then
Okay.
stop and look for shelter.
Yep.
Mhm.
Done.
Okay, I'm gonna make a couple rolls.
Let's see. How long does Pass Without Trace last?
10 minutes.
Ooh.
Pretty sure it's like 10 minutes.
I
It
think
is
you're
1
right.
hour.
No,
So
it's
the
not.
first
1
hour
hour.
we have no trail.
Okay, I would say
you know
a
what,
couple
I'll
hours
go ahead
in.
and cast the second one. So for the first 2 hours we have. No
You don't
trail.
have to. You don't have to because a couple hours in, presumably Yango. How long does the telepathy last actually?
5
It's only
minutes.
5 minutes, eh?
5 minutes, but it's also gonna break after 4 miles. So.
Well, that's the thing. So 5 minutes happens before 4 miles.
Okay.
So you don't know where exactly how far it is from you. But okay, so I mean, I'll say again, you don't really need to do the Pass Without Trace at this point. You cannot see it in the sky. And we're gonna stop the music here. And we'll say you keep going as long as it takes you to feel like maybe you've escaped. And how long would that be?
I think the 2 to 3 hours seems
2 to
good.
3 hours? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've gone about 2 to 3 hours. You don't see any sign of the dragon.
I think we stop and look for shelter.
Mm.
Yep.
I think we.
Okay.
I know whose job that is.
Yeah. Make your roll.
Guidance.
Oh, guidance as well. Okay. Survival. Oh, I need that.
Ooh. Okay. 10.
10, baby.
10.
All right. Give me 1 second to find my
I almost rolled a 1.
table here. Where's my table?
Yeah, I'm fresh out of spells, so
There it is. Okay. Okay. So with that roll, you are unable to find any shelter at all.
Oh, that sucks.
oh shit.
I think we need to I guess move a little bit and try again.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There-
You can move a little bit and try again. There will be the exhaustion roll.
Yep. That's
in
the
another
problem.
hour or so.
Camp out in bonfire and like take a quick breather in the open.
Yeah, you can.
It's just would we do that with
No, I don't think we would.
Probably
I don't
not.
think we would either. Is the thing.
I
don't think
we're
we
too
would.
spooked.
Yeah, we're definitely. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Yep. You'll pass the 12. So.
2 more.
Yep.
As long as Hanu's, well, I guess he would suffocate if we left him in the bag of holding
Yep.
this long.
That's good.
So
No, I'm sure. You would have picked him up by now. And Oris, you're good, right? Oh no, only if you want to be. That's true.
yeah, so like I mean.
Oh no, you already rolled those.
14
Who didn't roll
anyway.
theirs? Who didn't roll theirs?
No, we're good. I roll for both of us.
Oh, you roll for the both. Yeah. Okay. So no, you're all good. Okay. So remind me again.
Where's
Where's you guys? I can't speak. Where is it you guys are headed right now?
We're just heading southeast towards Bremen for the moment. We may
You're
not
headed
end
towards
up
Bremen?
going all
Okay.
the way there.
Okay.
But it seemed like the reasonable direction to run.
Okay. So you've run to the southeast towards Bremen. You've stopped and rested a little bit. Oh no, you're not stopped. Sorry, you're not stopping to rest. You're looking for shelter again. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
We're finding a place to stop and rest.
Okay. Let's have you roll again.
Okay. And was that guidance again?
Yep, sure was.
Okay.
Okay. Once again, you fail to find shelter. So maybe
Poop.
the fact that you've been sort of spooked by this dragon encounter, your usual skills have sort of gone astray.
Yeah.
So I mean, here's what I'll say. There will be some sort of penalty to having you continually search for shelter like this.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll just have you like only able to do it once every Constitution save roll. So it's up to you how you guys want to handle it.
All right. Are we going? So, do we want to actually head to Bremen? Okay. So In terms of goals, we're trying to like learn something about this person who rides the whale.
Yep.
Did we have any idea where we could find clues about that?
I said she lived in the tundra. His home lived in the tundra, and I did, perhaps. Well, actually, I didn't really have any other options, but I still have my settings spell for the day. I'm going to talk to Angajuk later.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, Angajuk has not seen her.
Nope, I will strike that off my list because I've definitely used it to say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Sure.
If we're gonna be, like, why don't we just start searching the tundra for signs of somebody?
I think that's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
Because the tundra's massive.
Yeah, we just don't have the resources to do that at the moment.
I think the unfortunate reality of like a situation like this is that we would just keep like we just need to find a place to rest, and it's either going to be we somehow get to Bremen. Like, there's no way we camp outside, right? Like
In the open?
there?
Absolutely not. No way.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
assuming I don't know, like wave.
Unless we're literally about to die anyway.
Yeah, the
From
roads
exhaustion.
are pretty rough, right?
Yeah.
At this point, I wish I had.
All
any
I'm gonna say is that it's
survival
gonna be pretty rough if we escape the dragon, but we die out in the cold.
Well,
That
That's how we go. That's how we go. But
I
That's
guess we're still heading towards Bremen.
I want to say this. Is like we should have an estimate of like how long it would have taken us to get to Bremen. Like,
I mean, you would say it's at least a day, a full day of travel,
okay.
if not more.
If we change, like, how far are we away from the cave now?
We're going in the opposite direction of the cave.
yeah,
Pretty much.
Oh, we
Yeah, you're
are?
not going the opposite direction, but you'd have to again change
Not
direction to go
exactly
back
opposite.
towards the coast.
The cave is now going to be substantially north of us, and
Yeah.
possibly also.
yeah, it would be a different direction at least.
I'll also say that the cave was probably a day-ish away. Like, maybe not full a day, but we had left behind.
It
was a
would
while.
probably be it would probably
while.
be a similar distance. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's far.
So
I think we just keep going and we just keep
if we go to
looking.
Bremen, before we make the next survival check, let's have Orus cast augury to try to get us some sort of advantage on it. Like, will we find shelter if we look over there?
That's a very weird.
I don't think
Because
augury
that's like asking
works
me
like
to
that.
predict a roll. How would I do that?
No, I think
You don't predict the roll. You give like you change the DC.
It's trying to creatively get a small bonus to get it to the roll.
But I don't know how to. I don't know how to add that. Okay, I guess sure.
Like you either like basically you make a decision like, is there shelter in that direction? And if the answer is yes, we like essentially the DC drops a hell of a lot, and if the answer is no, the DC drops a tiny bit, kind of thing. Is what I would do.
Yeah, God, that's a weird. Okay, sorry. You broke my brain a little with that.
Based on a player's approach is a very common thing.
Also, though, like Monty, I don't know, like, could Orus or anyone else just help Kaja and like just give him advantage? Like that.
Orus doesn't have proficiency in survival, so I don't know if we go with that.
Yeah, someone's got to have proficiency there. So
I wish I did, because I totally just bring up an igloo.
all right, yeah. I mean, you can go the augury route. That's fine. Like I said, I would.
Like Orus is going to ask if we're going to find shelter in the direction of like, if we look to the southeast, essentially.
Okay.
He's just going to hard cast it, because why the hell not at this point?
Okay. So so I basically have to decide now whether you're going to find it or not.
Yeah, you decide whether or not there would have been shelter in the southeast, and so you say wheel or well, and then based on that answer, Kaj looks like basically it just alters the DC. Like you just go, oh, we
right. So,
won't
but then what I'm saying is this augury predetermines the answer.
It doesn't predetermine the answer. It changes the DC. Kaj can still fail to find it.
Yeah, but if it's wheel and he doesn't find it, then the augury was wrong, and isn't that not possible?
That's true. I might have to change the.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that works. You can't like it.
There's a different way you could do
Is
this.
there shelter to
for-
be found if we look to the southeast?
Like,
It's
if
the same thing.
If the thing you were looking for,
No,
It's
that's
not.
different.
It's not the same thing. It doesn't ask if we'll actually find it.
if the thing you're looking
Oh,
for,
is
a
there
narrative-
shelter to be found? Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
Sorry. And
Okay, all right.
I mean, is it so bad if we use
It's supposed to be within it's supposed to be within the next half hour, right?
wave?
it's a course of action we are taking. We are going to look. That's why I said if we look in the southeast in the next 30 minutes, is there shelter to be found?
Here's an
Right,
argument,
but then
Wave.
that's the same problem.
It's not.
Here's an argument, Wave. If he's
What?
using a second level spell slot, maybe we should get the thing if we guess right.
That's true. Sorry, it's not like I'm not like trying to like find a way. It's just this is a weird.
No,
I remember
not
looking
that
up stuff with
weird, he's
augury
trying to
after.
It's
and
not
it's-
weird. You're
the
just not
spell
experienced
to
in
help
dealing
us
with it.
out.
That's fine.
Yeah,
hold
the
on.
fact that there's no strict rules way that this works doesn't mean you can't just give him a small
No,
leg
it's
up
like
for doing something
okay,
creative.
it's fine, but like I said, this is not something I've ever dealt with before, so I'm
Yeah,
trying to
no,
get my brain around it.
Here's what I'm trying to say. Or sorry, here's the thing I wanted to bring up, which is that like the way you could do this is that we cast the augury and we literally don't we just don't talk about the wheel or woe. Like
You could even
that
say
is
wheel and
all-
woe.
Well, no, we just say this is narrative. We cast it. You change the survival roll DC based on what you think that it would be worth to do that. If you think again, kind of
Yeah.
fiat-y. And then Kaj rolls it. And honestly, if Kaj succeeds, then it was wheel. Like it's backwards. But it works from the narrative perspective of spending a spell to do something.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know. Fuck it. You guys find shelter. I don't know. My brain is broken on this one. I don't.
I mean,
I get it, but I also don't. So it's fine. You guys find the shelter. Let's just figure out how much shelter it is.
Works
Roll
too.
for it, Kaj.
Okay. Oop. Oh gosh.
See,
We're gonna find a ditch.
but this is what I'm saying, Wave. But look at it this way, Wave. Like, you could also interpret that roll as like how long it takes us to find shelter, and then make us roll successive Constitution checks as the process of getting to the shelter.
Sure,
So
but then
ultimately,
the,
there's two outcomes
If you-
here. Either we're gonna keep rolling till we die, or we're gonna find shelter and rest. Like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
kinda
So,
up
what
to you.
do you think it's fun for us to roll a nat 1 8 times and have our characters die? That's
No,
not fun.
All right. Okay.
Because that's how ridiculous. That's like where we're going at this point. You know.
We need to step back.
Like, we know what the eventual outcome is gonna be. This is just going through the motions at this point.
All right. So you guys. Okay. You guys find a ridge that manages to block some of the elements in the wind. And the rest you guys get is not as, let's say, not as good as it would normally be. Let's have you roll, the lot of you roll another Constitution saving throw, DC 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the thingamabob on that one, having not had to use it today.
Okay. So you saved, Monty. Asa does not. Hannah does not. You guys will take some cold damage to start your day.
Sure.
5 cold damage each. So you don't start with the temp HP if you had it, which you don't, Asa. But anyway.
But I otherwise get the effect of a long rest or a short
Yes,
rest?
you do. Sure,
Okay.
you do. Okay, so you've rested. It is another day. What would you like to do?
Are we still heading for Bremen, or are we going to stop and reconsider our plans?
Well, it's not chasing us anymore. So I guess we need to figure out what to do next. That ship was a bust. We're not going to get anything out of it. What do we get something out of? I mean, I think Angajuk's the best chance we have at anything, but, we're just going to wait until this Yoselm comes back unless we can find her ourselves. Maybe that's the best thing to do.
So, we've seen two fantastic creatures with riders, and one of whom was decidedly deceased.
Wait, who is? Oh, right, the whale. Duh.
What?
Hmm.
I'm not particularly confident that this Yoselm is still alive.
I mean, it's hard to know precisely sure, and it has been a long time apparently. Angajuk seemed a little bit more together with it, but I mean, in any case, I don't know. I nearly called to see if she would help us with the dragon, but I don't even know if she would be fast enough to get there and pick us up, if that would even help. Point being, we can try to figure out a way to convince her, whether through this Yoselm or not, but I don't see much of another way to deal with it, especially now that we have this map. We can find our way there, I think, little by little, but we need
Bit
a
by bit.
method.
Well, I think our best plan perhaps is to head to Bremen and ask the locals there what they may know. There may be legends of a whale rider, there may be stories of this Yoselm that are more current, if Asad's derision is to be believed.
Would I'll admit that I never heard of this whale thing.
What?
Yes, but aren't you from Dugan's Hole?
Sure, but the Dale
Yeah.
isn't that big. Should I say there isn't that many people in the Dale that stories don't get around.
Did you know there were Netherese artifacts in the Dale?
Buddy, I hadn't even heard of that.
So
Pretty
therefore,
sure
it's logical to presume that you don't know everything that's in the Dale?
each of the 10 towns has its own local stories and legends that the other towns don't care about.
Hey, if we think that this is if Brem is the best place, we ain't been there, and I'm more than happy to talk to them, even though I think we may be headed toward another one of them Xantarim flavored towns, being it behind Targos's banner and all. But you know, as long as it's not as bad as Targos, I think we're fine.
It's either
That
that
also
or
may mean that we have, if it's not as bad as Targos, we can change that.
Mhm.
it's either that or we, unless somebody else has a plan for how to scour the tundra for this Yoselm. I don't, my powers of augury are not strong enough for such a concerted campaign of exploration.
Yeah, no.
If nothing else, I mean, I'm happy to talk at them, and I don't see much more on the coast. Maybe someone in the 10 towns has heard of him. Has heard of her. I mean, Lonelywood
Never know.
certainly had its own things. So these far west towns
Seems to
might
be a
hold a
lot
few
of
more secrets.
powerful folk running around too, so you never know.
Well, then
But
let's
also
keep
have
going.
nothing better either. Yeah, exactly. No better
It must
plans either.
it must be only a half a day at this point.
Okay, so the plan is what? To head to Bremen?
We're heading to Bremen.
Okay. Yeah, it'll take you probably the better part of a day still. Tundra travel is still slower than when you're on the paths in Ten Towns. But it shouldn't take you longer than that at the very least. So again, you're gonna do the whole stop every 4 hours kind of deal.
Yeah, let's keep
not?
ourselves warm for now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So okay.
Oh, I'll tell you on the trip, Kaj, which is basically just there's some folks who are based out of Targos who have been influencing the 10 towns, and they're from a big thieves guild down south that's pretty intent on having some power in various places. We don't know what their exact aims in the 10 towns are, but they don't seem to be for or against the rhyme specifically, just more having political influence in the area.
Okay.
What's your traveling order? Remind me.
We're Orison, Pardoon are in the back because heaviest. And based on the same principle, I guess it's probably like Asad, Kaj, and then Hanu weighing down his axe beak.
So who's first?
Asa. Well, again, I'm submitting this. Anyone feel free to ignore my thoughts here, but I would guess Asad, then Kaj, then Hanu, and then the sled with Pardoon and Oris.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are traveling over, and let's have you roll perception.
Okay.
Okay. With that, you guys are traveling, and you see up ahead a strange rock formation.
Hmm.
It's another
Okay.
cave.
Does it have claws?
I mean, if it's not breathing fire, I guess we're gonna go that way.
It's not breathing fire. It looks like, and I mean, I'll kind of bring you over here. Do you guys are going to stop the caravan here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take shelter whenever you find it.
Can you guys see?
Yeah, there's
Mm-hmm.
a strange little circle of black rock.
Oh, by rock formation you meant like
Yeah, on the ground.
a campsite type thing. Does it look like a campsite?
Oh, there we are.
It does not look like a campsite.
What do the rocks look like then?
They're mostly nondescript, small, dark. Some are rounded, some are not.
I mean, what makes this notable more than just some random rocks on the ground then?
Because they are very obviously placed there.
Aligned in a pattern.
Any other rocks that appear similar in the nearby?
Yeah, there's a
vicinity?
bunch of there's definitely a bunch of rocks in the area with similar appearances.
I
This is examining the rocks.
I pick up one and put it like right here, attempting to find a Korok.
Did you? Oh my
Hey.
god!
Wow.
F.
You do that, and
Wow.
you hear like this sort of jingle jangling sound, and you let's actually have you guys roll Arcana.
Parbuck says, Twinga.
Well
Yeah,
done.
you pretty much all recognize that as yes, the sound that a Schwinga does make.
Schwinga?
Oh, he wasn't
Going?
around for those.
Yeah, he's basically the one. Hannah, even you would know what that is, having lived in and around the area. So the only one who does not know at all what a Schwinga is would be Kosh. And once that happens, you then notice off to the side here, there is a, and you could swear it wasn't there before, but you notice two sort of larger piles of rocks, both similar in appearance. They almost look like those I don't know what they're called. There's like Inuit structures where you pile a bunch of those
Cairn?
yeah, Nookshuk, that's what it is.
Oh.
I didn't.
So for those who don't know what that is, it looks a little like
I was thinking that.
this.
Right back. I need to feed some cats that have been very insistent for the past half hour.
Okay. Here, hold on a second. Let me show you what that looks like. It looks a little like this.
I need heritage moments, Swift.
Yeah, I know, right? Hold on, let me just find one that's not so grandiose.
Yeah, damn.
Probably a little something like this. I'll post it in the Frosty Friends here. A little like that. I don't know why it's not actually showing the picture, but yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. They have like little Iceland has like little cairns like this also.
Yeah. So there's basically two of them next to each other that look somewhat similar, but not exactly similar.
Is there one that is clearly taller than the other?
Yeah, there is.
If I take like the top rock off one and put it on the top of the other, make them even.
In trying to make them even.
Yeah.
Don't play Jenga.
So again, you get that sort of puff of smoke and jangling sound. And then from up on that ridge you guys are on, you see something else appear. And what you see are a bunch of, let me just see if I can get this going 1 second here. What you see are,
Big
it looks
fat one
like,
that we give stuff to get more bags of holding.
it looks as though
I'm so confused.
someone has drawn a bunch of pictures in the snow.
Someone should fly to get a bird's eye view.
Gosh, look. I mean, so Parmux is delighted.
Oh yeah, I absolutely.
These little guys are usually just little mischief makers, and we tried to find some for Danica Valine before, and she thought they could help end the rhyme, but they're useless. Except this stuff. This is fun.
Useless? How can you say that? How can you say that?
Okay, well they can't help solve the rhyme, but they can do amazing drawings and make little stone sculptures. Look, it's us.
Is it us?
I mean, that's you, right? The one that's square?
That's a bit of a stretch.
I think you're a bigger square than I am.
I mean, I'm definitely orbular. I was assuming you're the Iron Man. I mean, the I didn't know Aesop's hair was this long.
It's definitely not.
Well, that's supposed to be your cape then.
Wait.
But then who's the little one?
Oh, that's Oris.
Wait.
Wait, I forget. Is
Wait, honest. Did
You're
something
just.
not
Are you in the roll 20?
Hanu, scroll. Bring your character down to the bottom left.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Soonish.
I was hanging. Look, I keep forgetting that that Yango doesn't have to move his token, so I was hanging out by. I was hanging out by the other token.
Now,
okay.
Kaj, yours there's something weird about yours. Hey.
How would they even know about? You said you found these things for Danica, right?
Well, we captured one of them once, but it was way far away from here. Then we let it go eventually. I think on purpose.
I'm back. What's up?
How would they?
We're just playing with strangers.
Okay, so I'm guessing that is that supposed to look like Orus?
Yep.
Clearly, they got his hair wrong.
I was saying, unless this is all your beard, Oris, which I'm not gonna say no to.
Yeah, that's
but...
like not. That could be the case.
He doesn't really have a beard. He has a nice mustache and some stubble.
You really can't see the one over there? Oh, that's the Joker. Okay.
I'm gonna go stand on mine. Boop.
Yeah, Kaj shrugs his shoulders.
Yay.
Sure, let's do that.
Well, if it helps us make more friends.
Oh, it will. It definitely will.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Freaking
And
Koroks.
I would like each of you to roll a d7 for me.
A
Okay.
D7.
D7 because we're on a digital medium. That's why.
A real die, you know?
Technically, you
Okay.
can make an actual
God.
D7.
All right, hold on.
We don't know if low numbers are good or bad.
Okay, hold on. All right, so
No,
we got
but I am still gonna laugh at
sixes,
3 ones.
2 6s, 3 1s, and a 3. Okay. So those of you who rolled a 1, you get this. A little, like a small little, like a small twinkling piece of ice appears in front of Asad, Orus, and Gomdun.
Okay.
Hanu and Parmux, you get that.
Hey, brother, you want to trade?
No.
And
Because
who
I
rolled our
literally
3?
can't use
Kaj.
mine.
Kaj, you get this.
I don't make weapon attacks.
Yeah,
Oh,
neither
yeah.
does
mine-
Horus.
I mean, you at least in theory can. I can't.
Yeah, no, that's actually
Well,
probably a good idea.
if you don't,
I mean,
if you
it
don't wanna
doesn't really
tra-
matter because we basically both share items. So it's like,
Yep.
yeah.
It's basically, so I Horus will have to hand his off to either, Asad or Hanu.
Assuming that that's the thing we're allowed to do by these things.
Yeah, fair
but
point.
yeah.
I would say that if you try to if you try to like trade them, as soon as the person who like didn't get that particular charm holds it, the item itself kind of stops twinkling.
Well, all right. So we'll assert that we lose Horus's that way.
Okay. Yeah, and so I guess it technically would work for me. It's just like I would use it, and since buffs that affect one of us affect both of us, it would still technically affect. It would have still technically affect Parmux.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Huh. Well, thank you,
Hey.
Tringa. We
Thanks.
always knew you were our friends.
Yeah.
Kaj bows in no particular direction. It says, it was
Thank you,
an honor.
Chwingas.
Thank you.
Horus
Yeah,
just kind of looks at their mock-up of his hair, kind of like, I haven't had hair like that since it's my academy days.
And at that mention, a swift, brisk wind blows through
God.
your wispy locks and kind of makes it stick up all around your head.
Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
assert that Horus doesn't like he felt the wind, but I don't think he immediately notices.
Okay, what would you all like to do?
I think we're done here.
Kaj looks at Orus and goes, ha, ha, ha.
The growth of the Chwingas.
Okay, so off to Bremen, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 11:15 my time.
Yes. So
I
what
don't
would
know
you
if we want to.
do you guys want to keep going? You want to stop here? What do you want to do?
I feel like
I don't know
Bremen
if
would be a good
need-
stopping point, but
Like we could go till we like arrive at Bremen and just kind of stop as we are arriving on the outskirts of the town. Does that make sense?
Works for me.
Sure.
yeah, I was gonna say like getting to Bremen seems like a decent stopping point.
Good by
Okay.
me.
All right. Then this is where we end it. When is next?
Let's see. I'm not entirely sure if I'm
Yeah, you were
available
saying
next
you.
week.
Okay.
Let's see. And what was I thinking about? Oh, and then the week after. I mean, I'm probably available next week because I imagine most people will be. But I'll try to hammer that out over the next couple of days.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be late, like super late on the 1st, because at exactly our usual starting time, my wife and I are going to go see Hot Fuzz.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I mean, then that's already probably beyond just super late. Like that's more or less missing the session. So that's
Yes,
okay.
the earliest I would possibly get back would be I guess 10:30.
Yeah. So yeah, by that point, well, so I mean, so that either, like, assuming no one else is missing that particular week, then we would just go, and then if you join up part way, that's fine.
So I'll
But if
let you
someone else
know
is missing it,
if I'll let you know if I'm gonna miss this coming week for sure.
okay,
But I don't have anything technically on the calendar right now. It's just kind of a question of like we haven't really had a discussion of like what if anything will happen on the weekend because there are friends coming in from Seattle and stuff,
sure.
so on and so forth. So I'll keep in
Okay.
touch.
Anyone else not able to next week?
As far as I know, I am okay.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know.
Mhm.
All right. Well, so we're possibly on for next week. And yeah.
Hey,
We all survived.
Yeah.
Miracles do happen.
I
Yay.
got to admit, literally running away, I didn't think was going to be the way out.
I have a feeling that if we hadn't just stopped and gone, let's just do something awesome, we might mostly be dead.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I think either the
We
hop
needed
on
to
the
do something
saddle,
drastic.
I think either the hop on the saddle or the psychic plays were going to be clutch. I think. I mean, we kind of seemed like we were on a route to appease, but like I don't know. Like I kind of wish that we had tried the psychic thing before offering up the Pearl of Power. But
In
oh well.
hindsight, yes, because in all honesty, I had no idea what the Pearl of Power was.
Nice.
And flat out with me having limited spell slots, it actually would have been really nice.
We have discussed it at least twice, and
I
I'm
know.
pretty
Yeah.
sure you were there both times.
I know.
Last time we divvied up magic items was when 5-0 joined, and it
Yeah.
definitely came up very prominently in that discussion.
I just don't know magic items well. That's kind of it. And that's on me. 100%.
Well, I think we hadn't when we were going on the Pearl of Power plan. We hadn't even thought about the psychic thing yet. It was kind of a reaction to the Pearl of Power plan not really going as we intended.
Also, for
Yeah.
what it's worth, Sunaj, that we'd probably have stick to using it on a caster who has
Third level
who's
spell
like
slot.
has third level spells. Yes, because it can. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have been handed me down to you once Kaj hit level 7 and it no longer worked on his spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm
But
pretty sure is probably